Australian Football Video proudly presents vintage football from the Seven Sport Classics collection. Seven's magic moments and the sensational 70s. Football action to get your blood boiling. In Seven's magic moments, thrill to 30 minutes of unrivaled football history. From the brilliance of Baldock to the antics of Jacko. The unforgettable marks, the freakish goals and the characters that make this our greatest game. They all get a Guernsey in this marvellous tape. And the sensational 70s. 105 minutes of highlights from one of Aussie rule's finest decades. A decade that opened and closed with mighty grand final clashes between two giants, Carlton and Collingwood. Saw back-to-back flags for Richmond in 73 and 74. The drawn 77 grand final and the emotion-charged replay. And the emergence of the Roos as a VFL power. Don't miss Seven's magic moments and the sensational 70s. Two more magnificent collector's items from the Australian Football Video range. Add them to your video collection now.
The VFL Grand Final 1974, Richmond versus North Melbourne. Michael Williamson on behalf of Lou Richards welcoming you to the 74 Grand Final. Can North take out their first premiership ever? Hart, the captain of Richmond, won the toss and the Tigers are kicking up to the scoreboard end as Rantel turns them out back in towards the centre and the mark is taken there by McGee of Richmond. Lou, what an atmosphere.
A fantastic atmosphere as McGee sends the ball now towards Richmond's attacking zone. There's the play kicked off the ground or kicked out by Richardson and the ball is out of bounds. There'll be a throw in from that forward pocket position about 30 metres around from the Richmond goal. They're kicking up towards the scoreboard end. Oh, that'd be a free kick. No umpire said play on. Ball comes out to Montgomery. Bartlett's there. They're all having a go at the moment. No one can make up their mind. Rantel diving in. And umpire Robinson will bounce the ball about 45 metres out from the Richmond goal.
Umpire Ian Robinson bouncing the ball. North, notoriously slow starters. They won't need to give too much start here against the mighty Tigers, going for their second premiership in a row. Thorpe now puts them further into attack, but coming out there is Bradley Smith, who played such a magnificent game last week, and Smith is marked in defence. Former East Perth player, Bradley Smith, pushes it out towards the member stand flank. Players fly high, no mark. The ball knocked away there by Hart. In comes Sheedy, and Sheedy has been awarded a free kick. Grabbed, I think, too high. Sheedy drives the Tigers right into attack, and the ball goes out of bounds in the forward pocket for Richmond on the member stand side. A capacity crowd here, approximately 120,000 people. Goodingham gets in front of Baum on this occasion. Goodingham gets a tap down. Davis comes in, gets a very heavy one there from Cumming. Over towards Sproul of Richmond. Sproul close to the boundary line is still going. Tackled by Rantel. It goes through from one behind. The first score of the 1974 Grand Final goes to Richmond, one behind.
Well, waiting on the fullback to bring the ball back into play. It's David Dench. Play pretty tense, as you can imagine. The kick in by Dench is out to the outer side. Ooh. Well, they're all getting up. There's a chance now for the ball to be set up towards that full forward position. Punched away again by Dench from Richardson. And again by Grigg out towards the wing. Pushed away again by Richmond up towards their full forward position. The players set themselves. They all miss as they go now for the ball. Picking it up is Feltham over towards Pagan, but Welsh chips in. They're having a go. They can't pick it up too well. They're downing him pretty heavily, North Melbourne. And the free kick will go to Pagan against Bartlett. He won't give it up. Be a 15-minute penalty here, I'd say.
A bit lucky to get away with that, I thought. North Melbourne could have been a free kick for Wayne Walsh. The atmosphere, oh Lou, isn't it tense?
Well, it's electrifying as the free kick goes there to Pagan. He boots the ball around towards that wing position on the member side. Oh, it's just about a mark, I'd say. And it's to Royce Hart, the champion centre-half forward and the captain of the Richmond football team. Richmond are not too popular with the crowd at the moment. I suppose one in every 90 or in 100 would be going for Richmond. Up it goes towards Goodingham. He goes for a punch and the ball is out of bounds about 20 metres around from the Richmond goal. 1 point to the Tigers, to North Melbourne yet to score.
Throw-in takes place. Baum gets in front of Goodingham, taps it down, takes it. Baum crashes his way through the pack, tries a hand pass, picked up by Bradley Smith. Smith, a long hand pass into no man's land. Hart is there. This could be dangerous. Hart swings it around, pops it into the goal square. Up they go. Oh, chance for Bartlett. Richardson comes through.
Free kick.
The free kick has been paid, though.
Dench.
to David Dench. Dench looking for the ball, a very strong player. Became the youngest captain in league history a couple of years ago when North appointed him at the age of 20, and he was replaced as captain when Barry Davis transferred from Essendon. What a player Dench is. Oh, magnificent kick deep to the half-back flank on the outer side of the ground. Could be paid to Rantel of North. It will be. Rantel on that half-back flank on the outer side. Sproul refusing to pick the ball up for him. Kick from Rantel, goes to the wing position on that outer side. Players moving into position, knocked away by McGee. But here's a go for Schimmelbusch. Schimmelbusch of North Melbourne, right into the forward zone. Up they go, Wade is in there, no mark. Burke comes out with the ball for Richmond. Burke goes to the wing position on the outer side of the ground. Wood is there, but I think it could have been put over on the full. And Keith Gregg, the winner of the Brownlow medal in 1973, and again this year, takes a resultant kick. Plenty of speed there from Gregg. Oh, look at him get around. Beautifully done. Gregg now into the forward pocket. Players rush out to meet the ball. They all play, and there's a beautiful mark to Baker. Oh, can this fella hold a grab? Baker is about 35 metres out. He's on an angle, but plenty of goal space open to him, kicking to the outer or Richmond end. It's on its way. It's off the side of his boot, however, and the result, one behind. So scores 11. 1 point each. And we're at the 5-minute mark in the 1974 Grand Final first quarter.
Waiting for Dick Clay to bring the ball back into play. 1 point apiece. Dick Clay with a long punt kick, and believe you me, it is a long one. Out towards that half-back line, punched away by Goodingham. Kicked away by Morris, but they're back into business through Goodingham. And a mark taken down there on that half-back line by Kane. Only a young fella, this bloke, but by golly, he's had a great season in the back pocket. Kicks the ball high. Out towards the centre of the ground. Grabbed by Feltham. He's grabbed. Couldn't get clear. Pushed away by Sheedy. Great play. And now it's out towards Richmond's half-forward line. Going after his Farron. A little slow. But gets a hand pass over to Rantel. And he sends the ball wide out towards Schimmelbusch. Going after his Morris. He beats Schimmelbusch. Beautiful play. As he back turns that time. And gets the ball back towards Hart. Look at Hart fly that time. Ball hand pass over to Walsh. And now they're into attack Richmond, right down towards their full forward position. Going after is Baum and Bradley Smith. Baum goes down. Bradley Smith won't give in. And the ball is out of bounds, about 50 metres around from the Richmond goal.
Waiting for the throw-in. Boy, the atmosphere. You can cut it with a knife. Throw-in. Bradley Smith gets in front, taps it down to Davis. Or Montgomery, rather. Montgomery gets it out towards a half-back flank on the stand side. Taken here by Ryan. Ryan's in a bit of trouble, but steadies. Oh, it's a bad kick. Bouncing into the arms of Paul Sproul. Sproul deep into the forward zone for the Tigers. But here's Sheedy. Sheedy goes to hand pass. He does so. And it bounces back. Bartlett tried to... It was a good idea of Sheedy's to handball it right onto the boot of Bartlett. But the North back smothered him. And it came back the other way and through for one behind. Things are happening so fast. As Dench kicks out once again, out to the half-back flank on the outer side. Rantel was down, leaving Gregg free to come in. Gregg races away from Sheedy, gets it to the half-forward flank on that outer side. Mark taken by Schimmelbusch. He's a dasher, this fella. Schimmelbusch gets it down into the forward zone. Up they go, no mark this time. Through comes Kekovich with the ball there. Oh, Kane, could be a free kick. And Kane of Richmond will take it. Right in the back, there's no shadow of doubt about that one. Kane gets it up towards the centre of the MCG. The Richmond runner seemed to be in the way there. No criticism level at him. It came in pretty fast. And there'll be a free kick paid here to Barry Davis of North Melbourne, the skipper of North.
This is Davis with the ball at centre field. A long punt kick up towards the full forward position. They all fly. Punched away by Green. Going after is Morris. He wins the race for the ball. Good play by Morris. Out towards Grigg and Woods. They're having a ding-dong battle out there. And the umpire said it's out of bounds. Out of bounds on the centre wing position. 2 points to Richmond, to North Melbourne 1 point. No goal as yet. Had about nearly 8 minutes of this first quarter. Ball knocked out by Goodingham, but no one there. Bartlett fumbles the ball. Hooks it back eventually. Back towards the wing position still. Ball pushed to the ground. Goodingham grabs it. A hand pass over to Davis. Davis and everything at the moment. Is it up towards full forward? They all fly. There's a mark.
Playing it.
To Kekovich, he's got it. Slamming Sam.
Louis, I was watching him as he came in. He seemed to have Buckley's chance. He didn't seem to be all that interested. And did he trick everybody? Because he just threw himself high into the air and has taken it 2 grabs. Kekovic.
Well, there's slamming slam about 45 to 50 metres out from goal, nearly directly in front. It's a good kick, it's a goal. Now beauty to slamming Sam. 1 goal, 1, 7 points North. The Richmond 2 points.
Lou, let's have a look at Kekovic's mark again on our video disc. There he goes, look at him. That's sheer strength, got him that. Ball about to be bounced once again in the centre. That's an extra added attraction on the Channel 7 network, the use of the video disc. Bounce of the ball by Ian Robinson. Players move in there. Out it comes towards Bartlett. Cleverly he pushes the ball in front of him. He's forced to the wing position almost on the stand side. Gets it up towards the forward pocket. Up went Hart. Couldn't come down with the ball. Cumming comes out now. Darrell Cumming from the pocket. Drives in forward. Here's a go for the Tigers. Barry Richardson fell into that one. I say he fell into it. 2 players in front of him. One from Richmond, one from North. Flew for it. He stood his ground and took the mark. I think he kicked 5 in the second semi-final against North. Barry Richardson made a remarkable comeback to football late this year after being out for almost 2 seasons. He's on an angle, as you can see. Need to be a very straight kick. Oh, he's missed it. He's missed it. And nobody's more annoyed or disgusted than Barry Richardson. So that takes Richmond on to 3 behind straight. North 1-1. North in front, as you can see.
Michael, I think you could say that it's a very pro North Melbourne crowd at the moment. It's unbelievable. You'd think they were the public enemies #1. Richmond as the ball goes. Beautiful mark. Too hard. What a champion this fellow is. Every week he plays, he's a very suspect player with injury, but still plays a great captain's game. Up it goes. A chance for Smith to mark. They can't hold the ball. There's a go now. As Pagan picks it up and puts it out. And a penalty-free kick will go to Richmond down there in the forward pocket. There's the chance to go a bit closer. Goes for a short pass. It's a good one. Oh, Walsh nearly copped one that time from Feltham, but he missed. Umpire having a talk to him. But he's well within kicking distance, about 45 metres out from
He's
goal.
given him a 15-metre penalty.
Listen to that crowd going to town. I think the only ones barracking for Richmond at the moment are the players' relations. There he goes, Walsh. Oh, it's a bad kick. Picked up now by, no, it's a bad one by Dent. This allows Walsh to try and pick it up, but he's forced the ball out of bounds. And the umpire's paid a free kick for a push in the back. Well, listen to that crowd going to town. Walsh again to make amends if he possibly can. That's a better kick, and it's a goal. So it's 1 goal, 3, 10 points, Richmond. For North Melbourne, 1 goal, 1, 7 points. About 11.5 minutes gone of this first quarter.
And so the Tigers fight back. They'll fight back all day, believe me. They want this second successive premiership. Tommy Hafey, very toey before the game. A dedicated coach. So too, of course, is Ron Barassi. Umpire Ian Robinson gave a very courageous decision then. Hello, some galah in the crowd has pinched the ball. Goodness me, I don't know. New ball being brought out, as you can see. And the police looking into the crowd there to see if they can find the culprit. Well, amongst 120,000 people, I don't envy them the job. But really and truly, people who do that sort of thing should stay home. Go and play croquet or something like that. Not that I'm crook on people who play croquet, so I'll retract that remark. Robinson bounces the ball in the centre. Up they go. Ryan gets a tap away here. Taken by Kekovic, a left footer. Down towards centre half forward for North Melbourne. Look at this. Baker being jostled around there. And McGee takes the mark. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other in that duel. McGee coming out on top. Robbie McGee, former Footscray player, up towards centre half forward for the Tigers. Nobody takes a mark, but in comes Sproul. Sproul steadies a long one in towards goals. This is going to be close, but it's offline and 1 point results. So the pressure being kept right on by Richmond. North yet to fully hit their straps, Lou, I feel.
Backline a little bit shaky at the moment, Mike. Hasn't settled down as the ball comes back into play this time again by Dench. Out towards Grigg. He gets a punch out the wall. Beautifully picked up by Rantel. Rantel drives the ball wide towards Shimmerbush. He breaks clear. up towards the forward pocket. There's a go now for Davis, but we see Andrews too strong, and Andrews takes a mark in the back pocket for Richmond. Played very well the last time these two sides met, just about the best player on the ground, as Andrews boots the ball. Right around, Kekovic gets up high, picked up by Cable. He's in trouble, he's grabbed. Umpire says play on. Cable still battling and holding the ball against him. Well, he had plenty of chance. Now the free kick going to Wood. Wood's on the wing position. Richmond kicking up towards the scoreboard goal. There's a chance now for Montgomery. Overruns the ball. Cummings got it. He's in trouble. A hand pass. Over towards Cloak. A snap for goal. It looks good. Yes, a goal. That's coming at the 14-minute mark. Their second goal. 2 goals for 16 points, Richmond. For North Melbourne, 1 goal, 7 points. And the Northerners can't afford to let the Tigers break clear in this quarter.
No fear they can't, Lou. You can't stand a side like Richmond any start at all, as they found out in the second semi-final. There's Cloak, number 33, a brilliant young player, a great career in front of him, only a baby. Robinson bouncing in the centre once again. There they go, the ruckman move in. Up goes Ryan, taps it out towards Kekovic. Sheer strength got him out of that one. Kicks it out towards the wing position on the member stand side. Knocked away here towards Sproul. He's burning Sproul so far. He kicks it in towards the forward pocket on the stand side. Bradley Smith is under it all around the neck to Smith, I'd say. But it's called play on by the umpire. The North crowd not very happy about that. Sproul tries to hook it around. It's over the line. And there'll be a throw in midway between the forward pocket and half forward flank for Richmond on the stand side. Kekovic having a run on the ball as Goodingham knocks the ball away, and the free kick is going to Barry Goodingham, another former captain of North. They had quite a few captains for a succession there. Oh, he kicks into the man of the mark. Oh, the cardinal sin in football. North backs under pressure once again as the ball is taken there by Sproul. A hand pass, could be a free kick going to Farrant of North Melbourne. Oh, it's the other way. Oh, Louis, what do you reckon?
Well, it looked as though he was grabbed, but the umpire ruled he dropped the ball, so it's against him.
Oh, and Hart to take it. You don't see Hart miss this sort of shot. Oh, but you did on that occasion. One behind. That's a freak of nature. Richmond now go to 2 goals, 5-17 to North Melbourne, 1-1-7. 10 points of difference. And we're about midway into the first quarter of the 74 Grand Final.
Well, there's Dents bringing the ball back into play again. Out to that half-back line. Oh, Sam Kekovic got up too early. Pushed away by Grigg. But there's Hart. He's all over the place. Playing a great captain's game as the ball goes back. A chance for Rantalamar. Couldn't hold it. He's grabbed. Pulled to the ground pretty heavily by Richardson, but it's out of bounds. This time it's about 70 metres around from the Richmond goal. Ball back into play. Knocked out by Goodingham. Picked up now by Farrant. Over to Burns. Burns goes for a pass. Shimmerbush got a chance. He can't get clear. They all have too many Tigers around as Baum gets it out. To Andrews. He loses it through Ryan's legs. Kicked off the ground by Burke. Back to centre field. Welsh punches it away. In goes Welsh again. He's got it clear. Up towards the full forward position. Richardson goes down. In goes Rantel. He can't pick it up. There's a go for Richardson again. They're all piling on top as Farrant gets it out. The umpire will ball it up about 40 metres out from the Richmond goal.
It's hot and tough down there, I can tell you. Rather a trifle humid in Melbourne, if anything. And the play's certainly hot. You're watching it on Channel 7. Robinson bounces. The big men move in. Michael Green goes with Goodingham on this occasion. Goodingham gets a tap away and the free kick as well. And so another attack will be turned out. North backs under a lot of pressure early in this game. Out towards Keith Gregg, having a great duel with Wood. Gregg pushing the ball in front of him, gets one in the back, and he's getting the free kick, all right. No, it's a throw-in. Well, listen to the North crowd. They reckon they're getting a raw deal so far. Be that as it may, play goes on. Goodingham taps it away. Shark by Thorpe of Richmond. Intercepted here by Kekovic. And he came through like an international, as you saw. Taken there by Cable. Cable a long kick into the forward zone. Baker completely surrounded. And Andrews takes another strong mark. He took about 700 marks in the previous match these teams met. Kick now from Andrews. It's a beautiful kick up towards centre half forward. Cleverly knocked away by Royce Hart. Rantel of North is onto it. Rantel kicks to the wing position on the outer side, and Wood pulls in a beautiful mark. Plays on immediately. Wood puts his boot into it. Down over centre half forward there for Richmond. Plenty of North defenders. Taken by Feltham, knocked away from Feltham, picked up by Farrant. Look at the pressure he's under. He gets the ball across here towards Pagan. Pagan tries one to the half-back flank on the member stand side. Up goes Ryan. Comes out with the ball. A long hand pass by Ryan over towards Burns. He couldn't get the run of it. He's in trouble. He got a trip. And it's been paid. So Burns is on the wing position on the stand side. Burns about to put North Melbourne into attack. A low trajectory drop kick. Up goes McGee. Couldn't get the run of the ball. In comes Andrews. Tries a hand pass. Plenty of Richmond defenders there. Boy, they're really going in hard as the ball is kicked back to the wing position on the stand side. Taken by Francis Burke. Look at this fella go. Oh, but it's grabbed there by Burns of North Melbourne. Burns deep into the forward zone. Wade is there, gets a front position. It's knocked away from him. Taken by Baum. Baum again drives North Melbourne out. And waiting there is Goodingham on the wing position on the stand side.
But it's Goodingham setting the ball up towards full forward again. The pack fly. Kekovich couldn't take that mark. There's the go now. A shot for goal by Baker, but it'll go through for 1 point. Forward line not settling down there. Well, you've got to give credit to the Richmond defence that's playing strong football.
Not giving them a chance to settle down,
No, they're going in pretty hard. They're all swarming on top of the ball and crowding play like nobody's business. And this makes it hard. Here's Dick Clay, bringing the ball back into play. A good punt kick, a chance for Goodingham and Baum. Good play by Baum, beautiful play. Knocked away from Welsh that time. There's the goal, could be a free kick. No, he said play on. They're not giving up. Francis Burke coming in, takes the ball away. Went up towards the half-forward line, the back fly. Richardson couldn't hold it. Picked up by Bradley Smith, a short pass. Over towards Peterson on the wing. Peterson with another punt kick back. But Francis Burke's there. Or was it the mark taken by Sproul? Sproul with a quick hand pass. And Baum. Up towards full forward goes the ball with a hefty kick. And a mark. Good mark by Bradley Smith. And he's held them out for a couple of seconds at least. Out towards Rantel, right across the face of goals. It's done a leg break on him that time and got to the fence and out of bounds about 65 metres around from the Richmond goal. There's 17 points to North Melbourne, 18 points. About 21 minutes gone of this first quarter.
Up goes Green, taps it down. Davis tried to take it. Green picks it up, drives back into the forward zone there for Richmond, and Rantel marks in defence. Johnny Rantel, former captain of South Melbourne, takes his kick to the half-back flank on the outer side of the ground. No mark, taken by Hart. Hart is tackled by Farrant. Gets a kick under pressure, picked up by Davis of North Melbourne. There's a North Melbourne player down over there, and the ball is on North Melbourne's half-forward flank. He's in trouble too, that player. In comes Morris there, but ball pushed over towards Schimmelbusch. He gets it over towards Burns. Burns, a beautiful pass to Wade, and Wade plays on immediately. Wade lines him up, he kicks. It's across the face of goals and bounces over the boundary line. Who is it, Lou, in trouble?
Got a finding for you.
Peterson. Waiting for the throw-in now in the forward pocket for North Melbourne. Throw-in takes place, Kekovich there, Baum gets over the top of him, through comes Baker, but in comes Dick Clay to relieve the pressure. Clay drives to the half-back flank on the member stand side. Ryan is there, Walsh goes up with him, waiting behind there was Feltham. He just couldn't get away with it, but he's still in there trying. He's still going, Feltham. What's he going to do with it? He's held. Ryan knocks the ball clear. Free kick has been given here. I reckon it's going to Feltham.
No, I think it's going to Ryan. He was grabbed, the free kick to Ryan. He doesn't even know it. He's got the free kick on the half-forward line. There's Peterson, looks a bit groggy. Oh, a kick, a pass. What sort of a pass? Is it a bad one? Pushed away now. There's backing up well by Clay. Clay drops the ball a bit short. Sheedy can't hold the mark. He's written to the ground. And a free kick will go against Rantel that time. Sheedy well out of a position. Playing down there on half-forward line on Rantel. Is on actually up towards the half-back line. A quick hand pass. And a pretty casual one too. As he gets it over to Cumming, over to Sproul. There's a long kick for goal. Have a look at this one. By golly, what a kick. But it veered off at the last moment and through for 1 point. Tigers playing the stronger football at the moment. 2 goals, 6, 18 points. For North Melbourne, 1 goal, 2, 8 points.
And Sproul has kicked 3 behind straight. 10 points the difference. as Dench kicks out, favours the outer side. It's a beautiful kick too, deep to the half-back flank on the outer side. Morris knocks the ball clear, in comes Hart. Parent is after him. Hart in a bit of trouble, loses possession, regains it, and a hand pass by Hart taken there by Pagan. Pagan in a heck of a lot of trouble, eventually kicks out towards that half-back flank. Who's going to come out with it? David Thorpe back into the attack for Richmond. Bartlett comes in there, met by Peterson, and Bartlett's down, he's getting it free.
Well, I reckon it was a fair bump, do you know that? I thought it was a fair bump, Michael.
Well, the North Melbourne crowd already not very happy with umpire Robinson. Well, his objective was the ball, Lou, there was no doubt about that. He had eyes for nothing else but the ball. Wait for Bartlett now to take his kick within kicking distance. So it's 11 points of difference in favour of Richmond. Dench about to kick out once again. Favours the outer side. It's another beautiful kick. Deep to the half-back flank. Oh, Burns went up before acceptances. Standing behind was Morris, who's taken the mark. Richmond back into attack. Are they keeping the pressure up? It's a beautiful kick from Morris. Right to the edge of the goal square. Hands go up everywhere. Richardson, is it? It is. Barry Richardson, a hell of a good mark. Taken under pressure. Now he is only 12 metres away. On an angle, as you can see. Waiting for him to take his kick. Crowd warming up to it. Listen to the crowd as he comes in. It's a goal. We're into time on in the first quarter. 25 and a half minutes gone. And Richmond looking good on the scoreboard. 3-7-25. North 1-2-8.
Well, there's 17 points the difference, and a goal would be mighty handy here at the moment for North. Richmond are kicking to the scoring end, if any, but a goal just to build up that confidence again. Their back line has been under plenty of pressure, and so has the North Melbourne forward line. What's happened here now? There's a go going on here.
Oh, back at service.
Take a look at this, a few of them having a go. Sam Kekovich and McGee, goal umpire.
Oh, and you've said your word. Let them get on with the game, goal umpire.
Well, that certainly livened things up. It might start to spur. Look at the umpire talking to Kekovich.
Well, he seemed to get the blame for everything, Lou.
Well,
we didn't see the start of it.
In fairness to the umpire.
There's a fair chance Francis Burke won't take a backward step, so it's going to be pretty interesting from here on in.
There's another go here now between Morris. Look at this.
Now, there was a dead set go of Kekovich then. Oh, you've got the wrong fella. You've got the wrong bloke.
Well, they picked the wrong man there, didn't they? Because Morris did go across and try to aggravate him. We'll go back to the centre now. Umpire Robinson throws the ball down. Slightly confused. Knocked out by Green. They can't get clear, neither side. There's a go. Now, as a free kick, I'd say. A free kick to Cable. He doesn't waste any time.
Oh, look, back in the centre.
Look at back in the centre.
Back in the centre.
He's blaming Sam again.
Oh, he's talking to Sheedy now. Good stuff. You're watching it on Channel 7.
Well, I think this is what the Northerners are trying to do. They'll try to antagonise them. They're going to do something desperate to stop the Tigers from scoring in this first quarter.
Have a look. It looks like the charge of the Light Brigade. Robertson bouncing the ball on the half-forward flank for North on the stand side. In they go. Up goes Ryan, gets a big tap away. McGee comes in there. He's got the ball. He's about to be tackled. Over the line it goes. And McGee and Feltham almost put one on there. Up goes Green on his own, gets a tap away, back over the line. It's on the half-forward flank for North Melbourne on the stand side. North kicking to the outer or Richmond end. And they come, Ryan once again, he's got one in the back and he's getting a free kick. And listen to the huge crowd, they're all for North, but Richmond have got it on the board at this stage. Deep into the forward zone once again. Oh, Wade was submerged. Out they come. Kane is in there, in goes Baker. Kane comes out with the ball. No, he doesn't. Oh, look, you can see what happened to Kane. Well, he's getting the ball all right. I had doubts for a moment. So Kane of Richmond takes his kick, swings it slightly to the outer side of the ground, away from the trouble area. In comes Cloak, but it's Montgomery there. Montgomery put under pressure, kicks down towards the forward pocket on the outer side. They all overrun it. It's Kane getting his kick back to the wing position. Greg couldn't get hold of the ball, taken there by Wood. Wood a hand pass over to Walsh. Walsh of Richmond gets his kick. Over centre half forward, the big men fly. It's knocked away here. Look at Richmond go as Hart comes in. Tackled by Farrant. Hart is still going. He'll line it up and do something with it. He kicks. Bradley Smith gets his hands to the ball, but wasn't able to hold it. Threw for another behind. Hart looking a bit annoyed with himself, Lou. He's had 2 shots that could have been goals, and he's kicked behinds on both occasions.
Well, they've kicked 3 goals, 8, which is not their style of football. That's 11 shots to 3, and the ball is out towards the half ball. Look at Hart getting up very high. Here's a go now for Thorpe. A nice pick up. He's grabbed just about holding the ball, I'd say.
Oh, blimey.
My golly, I tell you what, they're getting a bit of a rough deal now. North, the ball falls short. A go now for Morris. He goes after the ball like a real tiger, and the ball is out of bounds. Out of bounds. Quite a few confusing free kicks. Ball back into play again. Green and Ryan. Neither one gets the knock-up. Ryan finally has another go. He's got it. Threw it out to Cable. Out towards Feltham. He picks it up nicely. Up towards the half-forward line. Going after the ball is McGee and kicks it off the ground. It'll be a penalty free kick. Kicked it off the ground and out of bounds on the full. Free kick going out there to... who's it going?
Baker.
Baker to take the free kick. A good 80 metres around from the goal. Up it goes to the forward pocket. There's a go for Wade. He can't hold it. It's been about 5 of them. Kekovich and Peterson. Peterson hooks it back towards the goals. Can Goodingham mark it? No, he can't. Picked up by Wade. He's put it through. And that's his 100th goal.
The siren's gone, I think.
He's kicked his 100th goal on the siren.
Or has it? I'm not sure, Lou. No, apparently it hasn't gone.
No, the police were all around the ground to stop the spectators from running on. Well,
100 goals. Beauty, Doug Wade. And North certainly needed it. And look, 120,000 people paying tribute to a great champion. In his career, he's kicked 1,010 goals. But play goes on here at the MCG. Free kick looks like going to North Melbourne. Yes, indeed, it's going to Ryan, back in the centre. The thrill of Wade's 100th goal has passed as Ryan puts his boot into it, drives right down into the forward zone. Look, there's a great mob. Barry Davis takes it for North. His kick is smothered. Francis Burke comes out with it for Richmond. Kicks to the half-back flank on the stand side. A chance for Schimmelbusch. Good hand pass over towards Montgomery. Montgomery under pressure, kicks forward. McGee dives at it. Burke picks it up. Burke gets it back to the half-back flank on the stand side. Schimmelbusch comes in there, gets around Morris, but takes it over the line, and there'll be a throw-in. A throw-in on the half-forward flank again for North Melbourne. Up they go. Ryan's in there. The tap away comes towards Cable. Cable from the pocket, kicks in towards the goals. The ball is still in play. No, over the line it goes, and there'll be a throw-in the forward pocket on the outer side for North Melbourne. Quarter time about to come up any moment. Goodingham gets in front of Green, but Green gets a tap away. Cable's in there.
Free kick
Cable
to him.
gets one high, and he's getting the free kick. Oh, a goal here would be of tremendous importance to North. Cable, there's a siren. Cable about to kick. A left footer, the result, it's a goal! So at quarter time, the scoreboard at the MCG in the 1974 Grand Final reads Richmond 3-8-26, North Melbourne 3-2-20. At the MCG, umpire Ian Robinson bounces the ball, starting the second quarter of the 1974 Grand Final. As we go into the second quarter, we find the scoreboard reading Richmond 3-8, leading North Melbourne 3-2. North going into attack now, kicking up to what appears to be the scoring end, the scoreboard end, but Robbie McGee, with nonchalance, takes the mark, turning out another attack. McGee, beautiful left foot kick. Right up towards centre half forward. Up they go. Green is in there, has the ball taken away. In comes Keith Gregg, eventually gets his kick over the centre. Wayne Walsh goes up high there. Oh, good mark to Walsh. Beautiful mark. Boy, and he had to do it the hard way. Walsh tries a hand pass across here towards Sproul. Sproul dominated early in the first quarter. It's a glorious kick by Sproul into the forward zone. Plenty of North backmen there. Through comes Cumming, but I think it's a free kick going North's way. Farron got one right around the neck, there was no doubt, and he will take the free. Lou.
A free kick to Farron. A 15-metre penalty against Richmond for wasting time. This brings him out midway between fullback and centre-half back positions. Only 6 points the difference in favour of the Tigers. The ball hits the ground now, grabbed by Feltham, in a bit of trouble, but takes his time and gets the ball out of danger. Round towards that wing position, the ball is out of bounds. Out of bounds on the centre wing position, with Richmond being reasonably held in that first quarter. Only 6 points in front after kicking pretty poorly.
North very nervous for about the first 15
nervous
minutes.
starts, yes, Michael. The Tiger defence, Bartlett going after the ball there, couldn't pick it up. Got a bit of a hard knock there from Peterson, but he seems to be okay as the ball comes down. Davis can't pick it up, neither can Bartlett. Davis gets it out. Actually threw at that time to Cable, up towards there, the forward pocket, but coming across is Andrews to take a safe mark. Gareth Andrews. Still carrying on the good work from the other final. Oh, mark to Ryan. A beautiful mark. Ryan, he's played pretty well so far. As he drives the ball up towards the forward pocket, they fly. There's a mark. No, he didn't pay it. Bartlett's grabbed the ball. I thought he'd pay that mark to Baker. And there's a mark to Grigg, and he's playing very well, Grigg. He and Wood usually have a great battle, but he's on top at the moment. And it means a lot to North Melbourne. Grigg, the 1974 Brownlow medalist. He's a long way out. It's up into the goal square. The pack set themselves. Neither side can take the mark. Peterson's got it. Tries to hook it back, but it's finally smothered by Burke, and the ball is out of bounds. It's about 30 metres around from the North Melbourne goal. 6 points the difference in favour of Richmond. Sam has a snapshot for goal, but it's covered. Wade gets it out the Cable, but he wasn't quick enough, and the ball is out of bounds. This time it's about 15 metres around from the North goal. They're not giving up today, North Melbourne. They're desperate. Green and Kekovich. Actually, Davis couldn't pick that one up. Kekovich is trying to get it out. And the umpire will ball it up about 45 metres out from the North Melbourne goal.
Umpire Robinson bounces. Players move in. Kekovich is in there. Green goes up with him. Green got his hand to it, tapped it down to Sheedy in beautiful fashion. Sheedy back to the half-back flank on the outer side, and Rantel, a screamer! Oh boy! Johnny Rantel, a beauty. There's his kick. Going deep into the forward zone there for North Melbourne. Andrews, he'll be paid it. And the North Melbourne crowd object. Gareth Andrews, what a player he's been for the Tigers since coming from Geelong. To the wing position, Goodingham knocks the ball away. Cable tried to take it on the half volley, couldn't do so. Butters up, gets it over to Davis. Davis over to Schimmelbusch. Schimmelbusch running in, gets his kick. That's right to the edge of the goal square. There's Wade once again. Jostle Dick play out of position, but Andrews comes through, relieving the pressure once again. What a game he's playing. A big kick by Andrews. Ryan is out there. Ryan, he's trying hard to turn. Eventually he does so. Ryan back into the forward zone for North. North putting the pressure right on McGee. Oh, yes. Yes, there's some disputing that mark, but I certainly wouldn't. McGee in the back pocket on the outer side. Up the scoreboard end. Good kick back towards the wing position. They all fly for it. Eventually Ryan tries to push the ball in front of him. Cable's got it. Cable now into the forward zone once more. Wade is there, beats everybody, but again it's Gareth Andrews. Andrews back to the half-back flank on that outer side. Plenty of pushing and shoving. Ryan is in there. In comes Burke, but the ball beats him over the line, and there'll be a throw in on North's half-forward flank on the outer side.
It's about 80 metres around from their goal. North Melbourne trying desperately to get a goal now. Knocked out by Goodingham. Has a go now. Davis fires for the goals. It looks good. And scores a level. Beautiful play that time by Goodingham.
5 minutes into the second quarter of the 74 Grand Final, scores level.
Over to Cable, and Cable gave it to Davis. And we see a beautiful goal now, and scores a dead level. This is a different tune to that first match they played at Waverley Park.
Second
Michael.
semi, yeah.
The second semi. We find North Melbourne staying with Richmond at the moment. Back to the centre again. Ryan, now it's Baum. He's grabbed. Holding the ball against him. He's whacked one. Davis got one that time, right in the eye. Playing a pretty good game today, Davis too. Barry Davis. A long kick, a drop kick up towards centre half forward. Up go the pack. As Kay as they go now. Can he pick it up? Baker gets the ball out now to Peterson. In goes Shimmerbush. There's the Bartlett breaking clear.
Right.
Well, it's great play by Richmond defence. Oh, good mark to Green. And he plays on. Look at Green go as he sends the ball up towards that half-forward line. As they go now to Feltham. He's grabbed back towards Cable. Can he get clear? He straightens up. Hooks the ball back. And a mark to kick of it. Now it's Wade. Wade's got it. And he's well within kicking distance. About 45 metres out from goal to Rickley in front. And he's already kicked one goal to make his 100th for the year. Here he goes now, Wade. About 45 metres out. Oh, it's a bad one. That's a goal. Oh, by golly, I thought it was a point, didn't you?
If that's bad, Louis, I'd like to see a good one, boy. And North in front. And Wade has kicked 101 goals for the year and 2 today. And we're at the... Just trying to work this out. The hand's shaking. 7-minute mark into the second term. Wade 2 goals on the board. Don't tell me they've lost another football. Well, the police are moving up amongst the crowd there. That's the second ball they've lost so far in this game, up that particular end too. Somebody up there must know who's doing it. Well, I wouldn't venture to say it's the same person. He'd have a lot of trouble hiding 2 footballs up his shirt. Back in the centre. Crowd coming to life here at the MCG as Robinson bounces. There we go, it's a beautiful bounce. The big men fly. A knock away to Baum. Richmond trying hard to go into attack. A free kick to Kevin Sheedy. Sheedy a little short of the centre. Races around his opponent. Puts his boot into it. It's a long driving kick by Kevin Sheedy. Green from behind, Smith in front. A chance here for Barry Richardson. Could have got a free kick too. Taken there by Thorpe. Thorpe places away and puts it through for one behind. 5 points of difference now in favour of North Melbourne. Can they take out their first premiership ever? Or will Richmond go on and take it out for the second successive year? Farrant is at full back now. Dench, let's see where he's gone. The kick now from Farrant is a good one. They all fly and nobody comes down with the ball. A chance for Morris. Morris of Richmond puts them into attack once again. Bradley Smith is moving across and takes a strong mark. Gee, you can play on the back line, this fellow. Smith back to the half-back flank now to the outer side of the ground. Goodingham and Walsh. Goodingham far too tall, but Walsh is sticking to his guns and they take it over the line. There'll be a throw-in. Richmond's half-forward flank on the outer side of the ground.
Out of bounds on that half-forward flank, a long way away from the goal, about 80 metres. Knocked out by Goodingham, but there's a free kick to Goodingham against Green. He's playing a pretty good game in the ruck too, Goodingham. Very sensible. There's a hand pass coming over to Davis. Backing up well as the ball goes up the centre half forward. McGee couldn't hold that one. Cable's got a chance. He's grabbed. He's breaking clear now. Let's see what's the Francis Burke. He gets away, gets a kick. Here's the go now for Wade. He's got it. He's got on the boundary line about 45 to 50 metres out from goal. He's already kicked 2. And this is a mighty difficult shot. Doug Wade. 101 goals for the year. The kick by Wade. Oh, what is it? It's a goal! What a beauty! That's his 3rd. And they're 12 points, 11 points in front now, North Melbourne. 3-9-27 Richmond to North Melbourne 6-2. 38 at the 10-minute mark of the second quarter.
Wade has kicked 2 goals in 2.5 minutes. And the North fans starting to go wild already, but oh, there's a long way to go. And Richmond have got a ton of talent out there. Ryan and Baum. Ryan will get the free kick. Oh, it's against Ryan. It's going to Baum. Baum, oh, it's a magnificent kick. Deep into the forward zone. Richardson's in there. Ball knocked away from him. They're after it. A chance for Sproul. Sproul takes it well shepherded. from the pocket. Sproul kicks right across the face of goals. Will there be a mark awarded to Sheedy? Should be, and there will be. Old Sheed's trying to creep around there a little bit. It's going to be difficult. He hand pass. Oh, look at that! North defenders. Oh, it was too easy. And Green has put one through. Oh, Louis, that was disgraceful.
Well, they were asleep there, the North Melbourne defenders. They're all worrying about Sheedy running around. Let's have a look at that again.
Well, it's so easy on our video disc. Now there's Sheedy. Now look at the ease. There's Green on his own. There's nobody within metres of him. And that's the way to do it. I just said, don't sell the Tigers out. And you saw how easy it was. Now we've got another Galar pinching a ball up there, and the police are going in.
Well, I tell you,
ball. This is the fourth new ball they've had in this match.
Well, I tell you what, Michael, Barassi wouldn't cop that too sweet, would he?
No, oh, he would be furious now.
Well, that was lackadaisical play and very little thought on the part of the North Melbourne defenders. So it's back to the centre now, waiting for the umpire to throw the ball down again. Only 5 points the difference in favour of North Melbourne. About 12 minutes gone of the second quarter. Knocked out that time by Barr. Chance for Barton. He can't go. Oh, there's only a free kick there, I'd say. He said play on. Burns can't pick it up. Feltham gets it out to Cable. Good play by Cable. Picked up well by Goodingham. A pass to Peterson. He's got the mark. He's a fair distance out from goal. He'd be about 70 metres out. What's he going to do? Have a shot? They're all giving him instructions to go for the long kick. Here he goes now. Peterson. Oh, it falls short. And picked up by Gareth Andrews. Back it goes. Over Peterson's head. Knocked away again. Into the hands of Walsh. Knocked away by Feltham. Knocked away by Goodingham. Burke spins out of the pack beautifully. He's grabbed but still gets his kick. Out towards Walsh. Walsh going after the ball. It bounces the wrong way. There's Ryan. He can't pick it up. Walsh won't give it either. I think the umpire's found a free kick, or is he going to ball it up? It'll be a ball up on the half-forward line for North Melbourne, a long way out from their goal. Barr gets a long knockout, but it's out of bounds. Up towards the wing position on the members' side, with North Melbourne still leading by 5 points.
And you're watching all this excitement of the 74 Grand Final on Channel 7. There's a throw-in. Goodingham gets in front of Baum. Goodingham gets a tap away, picked up by Bartlett, however. Gets it down towards centre half forward for the Tigers. They all overrun the ball. Montgomery's got the run of it here. Montgomery in a bit of trouble. Hand passes over to Pagan. Pagan back in towards the centre, but it's Richmond there through Kevin Sheedy, taking a strong mark. And David Dench creeping up in a 15-metre penalty. And so Sheedy moves closer to goal. Couldn't see him kicking the distance, but he'll put it right down there. It's right to the edge of the goal squad, swinging out a bit. And he placed it beautifully for Royce Hart. I wondered what was happening when the ball swung out there. And then you saw Royce Hart move across and take a very, very safe mark. Now Hart is only about 30 metres out. He kicks. Oh, it's right through the centre for mine. And Richmond are in front again by 1 point. That's Hart's first goal. And so if North players were sitting back thinking that they're home and hosed, they've had one hell of a shock. 14 and a half minutes of the second quarter gone. Boy, I bet Barassi would be screaming about that one to Michael Green.
Well, it was a bad mistake on the part of the North Melbourne defenders. Back to the centre now. Down she goes. Sheedy tried to knock that one, but not a good one. Going to as well. She's certainly collared then. And the umpire says plain as it goes with through Davis's legs. This allows Morris to break clear. He has a long run, and he's put the ball just about in the goal square. Bradley Smith and Green. Green couldn't hold it. He's going after it again. Hand pass to Pagan, he's grabbed. There's a go now for Richmond, as we see Thorpe trying to pick it up. But he can't get up and kick it either, and the umpire will ball it up in that forward pocket position, as you can see right near the point post. Chance now for Hart. Going to take a wild turn, coming on his left, he's grabbed. Holding the ball.
Good decision.
He's not too happy about it.
He was definitely over the ball and playing it, Lou.
Free kick going down there to...
What do you think?
I thought it was holding the ball to Keith Greig. He sends the ball back towards that wing position. Barr on his own. Takes an easy mark at half forward. He's about 75 metres out from goal. Look at this for a kick. Right into the goal square. Pack set themselves. They're all flying. And then Sheedy going into the post. And look at those North Melbourne defenders jump on top of him. Sheedy appealing to the umpire for a free kick, but he's going to ball it up right against the goal post.
He looked up more in hope than anger then, Sheedy. Umpire Robinson. What will the North defenders do here? There they go, getting him a big knock away. A chance for Rantel. Haven't seen much of him in the second quarter. The ball hasn't been near him. I'm not knocking him when I say that. The ball now on Richmond's half-forward flank on the outer side, picked up by Walsh, and he's put it over the line on the full. He was looking for Sheedy. Paul Feltham to take it. And old Sheedy up to a little trick of his out there. Plays dividends. The kick now going almost to the wing position on the outer side. McGee pushes the ball over towards Bartlett. Beautifully taken by Bartlett. Bartlett from the boundary line. Gets it down towards the pocket. Ball not clear here. In comes Cumming. Oh, he'll get a free kick. Oh, God, he doesn't. Back into the centre goes the ball, but in comes McGee of Richmond. Richmond keeping the pressure right on. The ball smothered there by Smith. Oh, Smith goes over, but gets a hand pass across here towards Dench, but it's taken by Bartlett. Bartlett right back into the goal square. Green! Got to be paid. Got to be paid. Can he take a grab? Michael Green kicked that gift goal before that was handed to him by Kevin Sheedy, and now he's 2 metres out directly in front, and there's no known way he can miss it. There it is, right through the centre, and Richmond fight back in Tiger style. Oh, gee, Lou, once you stir this mob up, they've got the class, haven't they?
Well, they're playing pretty well at the moment. There's only, 11 points the difference, isn't it? No, it's only, 7 points the difference.
That's right.
And North not out of it by a long shot. Well, a couple of foolish mistakes, and he wasn't well covered that time. I thought it might have been a free kick to Bradley Smith when he was going through that time, but it wasn't spotted. So it's back to the centre now, waiting for the umpire to bounce the ball.
Lou, it's showing up in this quarter, the experienced Grand Final team and the inexperienced Grand Final team.
There we see Sproul getting the ball back, punched away by Rantel, covered by Walsh, and he gets it down towards the half-forward line, going after his clock. He's got a mark. It was too good for Montgomery, and he'd be about 65 metres out from goal on a very slight angle. Oh, it's a good kick, but it veers off at the last moment, and it's out of bounds on the full, and a penalty free kick will go down there to Farrant in the back pocket. 7 points the difference in favour of Richmond, approaching the 20-minute mark of the second quarter as the ball goes around now. They're all having a go. Peterson gets a quick kick as he's upended. Oh, there's a go now as we see the ball picked up by Ryan, doing a pretty good job. He's too late. He got a kick, but there's Gareth Andrews in the way again, and he's taken a mark at centre-half back. It took too long that time, Ryan, because Kikovic was in position. The ball kicked around towards the wing position. Greig and Wood. It looks as though there could be a free kick here.
Oh.
It'll go to Hart for a push in the back.
He missed one to Greig there.
He did. Free kick going to Hart now. Out there towards the wing position, actually up towards half forward. Kick by Hart. He's midway between centre half forward and full forward. Punched away by Goodingham. A go now as the ball is picked up by Feltham. His kick is a poor one, and an easy mark by Sproul. A drop kick by Sproul. Up towards the forward pocket. Bradley Smith couldn't hold the mark, but he'll get a free kick. A free kick to Bradley Smith down there in the back pocket. Still 7 points the difference in favour of the Tigers. 21 minutes gone of this. Oh, a hand pass, a dangerous one, but Davis is okay. They run across goals. Taking the ball around the members' side. Greig and Wood again. Neither get the mark. Wood backing up, but Greig's got it now. Oh, beautiful play. Magnificent play. A pass over here to Schimmelbusch. Schimmelbusch is going to run around his opponent. He'll have a go for the goals. No, it's Cable. Cable's marked. Oh, no! He dropped it. My, what a chance.
Oh, but can't you feel for Barry Cable?
Oh, can't you feel for Shimmerbush? He could have easily kicked it himself.
Oh,
Too anxious he was. He wanted to kick the goal before he got it.
that's the way it goes, Lou. As Dick Clay kicks out, 6 points of difference in favour of the Tigers. Goodingham doing a great job, knocks the ball clear. In comes Francis Burke, takes it over the line. Who's going to go on too, old Francis? Another throw in. Goodingham and Green. Goodingham has another tap away, taken there by Thorpe. He's grabbed high, too high, and he will get the free kick. Thorpe covering a lot of ground today. He's all over the place. Hand pass across here goes to Burke. Francis Burke from the wing position on the outer side. Kicks in towards centre half forward. I don't know what he played that for. Probably a trip, and Balme will take it. I'm not saying he shouldn't have played it. A push in the back, you think, Lou? So Balme is at the true centre half forward position. He's a magnificent kick. Oh, it's a beautiful kick. It's a great kick. It's right through. Oh, a ripper. And so the scoreboard now reads Richmond 7-9, 51, North Melbourne 6-3, 39. 12 points of difference in favour of the Tigers.
Well, let's put it into a tough position for North. They're trailing by 12 points, and will have to do something pretty smart to stop this run of the Tiger team. It's back to the centre again. Knocked out by Green, backed up by Sprout, beautifully that time. And they're into attack again as the ball goes down towards that forward pocket. Punched away by Pagan. Grabbed here by Hart. He fired. No, he goes for a short pass. It's a bad one. And the ball is out of bounds. I thought he was going to have a shot for goal there.
Gee, it's a good game, Louis.
Well, it's a great game and a very big crowd, around about the 120,000 mark. Ball out of bounds, about 5 metres around from the Richmond goal. Knocked out that time by actually Kekovic, I'd say. Trying to get to is Bradley Smith. And the umpire said out of bounds, and we see Thorpe appealing for a free kick.
Kekovic has been thrown onto the ball, Lou.
Ball back into play again. Kekovic and the Balme. Back to Bartlett. He's hooked it right across the face of goals. Green's going, Richardson going for the mark. He can't hold it. But they're going in hard, those North Melbourne defenders. And what's the umpire going to do? Ball it up. This time it's in the forward pocket. About 45 metres out from that Richmond goal. Balme battling hard there with Kekovic. Neither can get clear now. Big Sam and Balme. Balme's the one to come up with it. And the umpire's going to ball it up about 25 metres out from the Richmond goal now. Gradually getting closer. Up it goes again. Sam Kekovic and Balme once more. Having a great tussle. There's Hart. He'll have a shot. It looks good. It's a goal. That's his second goal. Richmond are now 18 points in front. 8 goals, 9-57 for North Melbourne, 6-3, 39, approaching the 25-minute mark of the second quarter.
Well, to be exact, Lou, coming up to the 24.5-minute mark, and I think 30 seconds is going to be all important in this game.
Well, I'd say so, but the North Melbourne side have gone to a bit of a lapse, Mike.
That's right. Took the words out of my mouth, Lou. They've had a slump all round, actually. Up goes Ryan, knocks the ball away. I think that goal that Green got earlier, the easy one, has shattered them a little bit. In comes Sheedy, tries a hand pass over towards Bartlett. In comes Falcon. Sheedy once again, taken there by Rantel. Hand pass by Rantel. And boy, it's getting pretty scrambly as the ball goes to the wing position on the stand side. Burns knocks it away. Francis Burke is in there, plenty of opposition. And Burke knocks it over the line. He knew what to do in the crisis. Throw in on the wing position on the stand side. Green gets up there, beautiful tap down, a chance for Cable, but it's taken by Francis Burke. Burke in towards centre half forward, up goes Cloak, knocks the ball clear. After it is Dennis Pagan of North Melbourne. Oh, Pagan kicks into his own man in Farrant. Doesn't get it very far at all. Whoa, they're going in. Dench and Bartlett. Bartlett takes it over the line, and there'll be a throw in. On the half forward flank for Richmond, on the stand side. Barham once again. Oh, beautiful tap down to Thorpe, over to Sheedy. Sheedy steadies, kicks into the goal square. Smith is on his own, takes it. Smith of North Melbourne goes out towards a halfback flank on the outer side of the ground. Schimmelbusch in possession. Schimmelbusch in Walsh. Oh, it's a free kick to Schimmelbusch. Jack Hill, the blind miner, can see that. He plays on immediately. Hand passes, and it's taken by Cumming of Richmond. Cumming gets clear of Feltham. Oh, and runs into Cable. Sproul tries one off the ground, but a free kick is going to Feltham of North Melbourne.
Well, it's Feltham to take the free kick at centre field. By God, it was a bit of a tragedy by Schimmelbusch that time. A pass, but it's a bad one. They're making mistakes galore, North Melbourne, at the moment, as we see Wood grab the ball. Into attack go the Tigers, up the centre half forward, and a beautiful mark taken by Hart. He's starting to fire now. Playing like the real champion that he is. Must be one of the greatest centre half forwards we've ever seen in football. He's only, for most of his career, he's playing only 3 parts fit. I'd hate to see him when he's fit. He's already kicked 2 goals. The kick by Hart. It's a glorious kick. It's a goal, and that's his third. Nine goals, 9. 63 points, Richmond. For North Melbourne, 6 goals, 3. 39.
Has Hart broken loose? He's kicked 3 goals in 12 minutes, Lou.
Well, ever since that mark was dropped by Cable from the pass from Schimmelbusch, they've gone a piece. It seems to have lifted the Richmond side, hasn't it? Cable had the chance of a lifetime to kick that goal. I guarantee he can chop his leg off.
24 points down now, North Melbourne, as Sproul breaks clear for the Tigers once again. A big kick into the forward zone. Barham, oh, one behind. 25 points down now, North Melbourne. Or if you want to look at it the other way, Richmond 25 points up and doing it well. Farron kicks out from the Richmond end, comes along the member stand flank. Oh, Wood goes up from behind. Rantella's there. Feltham is bowled over. Wood of Richmond is still going. Pushes it over the boundary line. There'll be a throw in midway between Richmond's half forward flank and the wing position on the stand side. Ryan comes in there with Green. There they go. A chance here for Richmond once again. Thorpe just couldn't get to it, but he's getting a free kick. Everything going Richmond's way at this stage. Been a good quarter for them. North Stars have been dimmed considerably. Down into the forward pocket it goes. On the stand side, knocked away. Sheedy's after it. Read it beautifully, Sheedy. He kicks, but unfortunately for Richmond, 1 point results. Oh, Jove, he read the knockout beautifully then, didn't he?
Well, he's played pretty well today, Sheedy. A very sensible game, hasn't he?
Well, you know, that showed the experience and football brain of Sheedy, where others were running around wondering where it was going to go. He knew where it was going to go. Here's Farron kicking out once again, comes along the member stand flank once more, plenty of pushing and shoving. Gregg goes up, and he's being paid the mark. Being paid the mark, Keith Gregg. He's playing well, a very interesting tussle between he and Wood. Oh, he runs around Royce Hart. He's going for a run in towards the centre. Dench is telling him to keep going. Look at him go. Oh, hand pass over to David Dench. Dench to Cable. Cable's gone. In the back. Oh, Luck's a fortune.
By golly, didn't they put Cable on the hammer that time? Here's Cable with the ball. That's centre field. He had no hope in the world of getting clear. The drop kick, a beautiful drop kick by Cable. Up they go. Punched away from Wade, but there's a free kick. And the free kick will go to Clay. That back line has got those North Melbourne forwards really tied up down there. Wade going crook. Waiting on Dick Clay. Sends the ball around towards that wing position on the outer side. Punched away. The ball on the ground. There's Sam trying to get out. He's dripped
in the back
and get a free kick. Kingovich to take the free kick. A little short of half forward. 64 points Richmond. For North Melbourne, 39 as the ball goes into the goal square. There's a chance now for Goodingham to mark. Getting through is Peterson. Andrews can't pick it up. Peterson's got it now. He'll have a snapshot for goal. And what is it? It's a goal.
Goal.
A goal, and a handy one too. 7 goals, 3. Well, that goal has kept them in the picture, one they badly needed. 9-11-65. Richmond for North Melbourne, 7-3-45. Only 20 points the difference. And we know that North Melbourne play their better football after half-time.
Lou, it's 19.5 minutes since they kicked a goal, North Melbourne, and in that time, Richmond have kicked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Well, they want another one badly. Up they go again. Abbott comes to Skekovic, can't pick it up. There's Sheedy playing a great game. Up towards that position, and a mark taken there by Big Neil Baum, about 45 metres out from goal.
Playing beautifully, Louis.
What a tower of strength this fellow is. 6'4.5" or 6'5", and about 15.5 stone. Tell you what, you'd need the Great Wall of China to stop him, or a Sherman tank. The kick, he's already kicked one, that's his second. 10 goals, 10. 10 goals, 10 goals, 11, I should say. That's 71 points. To North Melbourne, 7-3, 45. He's only got 65 points up there, Michael.
Yes, well, that's unusually slow for the MCG scoreboard.
Well, that's right.
Unusually slow. Back in the centre, Robertson bounces. Players move in. Hasn't been a good quarter for North, but it's been a ripper for Richmond. Greg comes through there, bursts through the pack, puts his boot right into the ball, goes towards the pocket on the outer side. Look, Richmond defenders everywhere. Peterson had no hope in the world. They were all over the place, the Richmond defenders. There'll be a bounce some 50 metres out from the North Melbourne goal. Goodingham coming in once again. Green gets a tap away, however. A chance here for Cable. Cable steadies, he shoots. Goal to North Melbourne. They're battling away. That'll give them heart. There's the siren for half-time in the 74 Grand Final, with the scoreboard reading Richmond 10-11, 71, North Melbourne 8-3, 51. Montgomery in towards the centre. Up they go on a strong mark taken by Michael Green. What a coverage we've got on the Channel 7 network today. Right throughout Australia, excepting Melbourne live. There they go on a great mark taken by Bradley Smith. How is that, Lou? On the 7 network, right throughout Australia, except here in Melbourne.
Right, there's Bradley Smith kicking the ball around towards that wing. There's falling over that time, both players, but Wood was first to recover. Good play by Wood as he gets the ball back to Thorpe. Thorpe with a snapshot for goal, doesn't make the distance. Pack set themselves, punched away by Goodingham. Going after the ball is Bartlett and Feltham. That goes past, Bartlett's got it now. There's a blind turn as he hooks the ball back. There's a mark to Sheedy. Oh, don't tell me. He's well within kicking distance. He'd be about 45 metres out from goal on a slight angle.
And at this stage, Richmond are 20 points up.
Here he goes now. Kevin Sheedy played a very sensible game today. Taking his time. You can't rush this fellow. The kick. Oh, it looks pretty good. And it's a goal.
Two minutes into the third quarter.
11 goals, 11, 77 Richmond. To North Melbourne, 8-3, 51. A difference of 26 points.
And Lou, I understand from our sales department that we have a number of special friends watching in Sydney this afternoon who are vitally interested in the outcome of this match.
Well, it's back to the centre now, waiting for umpire Robertson to throw the ball down. The Tigers leading by 26 points. Up it goes, a chance for Green. He gets the knockout to Bartlett, but taken away from by Sheedy. Sheedy's thrown on the ground. Burns breaks clear. He goes for a pass, it's a good one. Grabbed here by Bridus, who kicks the ball up towards the forward pocket, and a mark taken there by Dick Clark. And a 15-metre penalty against Wade. Wade will have an argument here, I'd say. He's bringing him back 15 metres. Bridus on the ground.
Well, who's gone off, Lou?
We'll pick that up in a moment. Maybe Baker. Let's see what's happened. The kick by Clay up to the wing position. Oh, and a good mark by Green again. A hand pass to Sheedy, playing a pretty good game. Beautiful play by Sheedy. Over to Burke, he's in trouble, but still gets his kick. Up towards that half-forward line. Smothering the ball is Montgomery, but the ball is out of bounds. Out of bounds on that half-forward line. This time for Richmond, about 80 metres around from their goal, in front of the members. Knocked out by Goodingham, picked up by Cable. The ball goes around towards Bryant. He can't pick it up. Sheedy backing up. We'll get a free kick around the neck, and Sheedy takes the free kick on the wing.
Over now to Wayne Walsh. Wayne Walsh of Richmond tries to get it in towards centre half forward. Sproul goes up, pushes the ball in front of him. That's called play on by the umpire. There could be a ball up here, and at this juncture we take great pleasure in welcoming viewers to this grand final through NTD8 in Darwin. The first time ever we're going direct to Darwin, a grand final from Melbourne. We'd like to say hello to Hunter Harrison, the president of the league up there, and we've covered all Australia now from top to toe.
And there's a mark to Green. That's 3 marks he's taken already in this quarter. A long kick around towards the half-forward line. Goodingham couldn't hold the mark. Cable's going after it. Gets a quick kick back towards Welsh and Shimmerbush. But Shimmerbush has got it. He said play on. Coming out of the pack is Feltham. Back towards the wing position. The pack go. Punched away by McGee. Going after the ball is Farron. He's got it. No, a free kick to Farron against McGee. And he takes the free kick on the wing position for North Melbourne.
I'm beginning to think it could be Ryan who's off, Lou.
Ryan's on the ground.
Is he? So too is Baker, I think. Anyhow, as play goes on, doesn't give us much time to look around. Taken there by Michael Green. Tries one over his head. Beautiful to Burke. Burke to Andrews. Andrews over here towards Kane. Kane of Richmond up to the half-forward flank. They come out to meet it. Oh, there could be a free kick going to Hart. Hart is on the half-forward flank on the stand side. He's kicked 3 goals. Did a lot of damage in that second quarter. The ball goes into the forward line. Knocked away there by Cable. Over to Feltham. Feltham of North Melbourne. Kicks down towards centre half-forward. Bright is behind. McGee in front. And McGee takes out the mark. Little wide of centre half back towards the stand flank. Up towards centre half forward, no mark, taken there by Cumming. Cumming, a quick hand pass over towards Cloak. He's grabbed immediately, actually smothered. In comes Cable. Cable going for a bit of a run, steadies, kicks in here towards Feltham. Feltham takes the mark, looks around for somewhere to go, shoots it out towards the wing position. Schimmelbusch is there, pushes the ball in front of him cleverly. A hand pass across here towards Ryan. Ryan, oh, is he in trouble? But he gets out of it, takes his kick to the half-forward flank on the stand side, and up goes Richard Clay to pull down a ripper. For our friends up there in Darwin, we might introduce ourselves, Michael Williamson and my good friend Lou Richards to take over.
And there's the kick by Clay, up towards centre field, knocked away by Goodingham. Going after the ball is Farron, picked up by Morris. Wide out to the wing position, running out is Rantel, it bounces right. He picks it up beautifully, out towards that half-forward line. Burke, Morris and Burns. Burns having trouble. He fumbles the ball, he's got it now. He's attacked, he'll lose it. Umpire says play on as Wood picks it up. He had a ton of time. Hand pass from Cloak over to Bartlett. Bartlett gets the ball around towards that half-forward line. A desperate struggle going on by both sides at the moment as we see a free kick going to David Dench. Now it'll go there to David Dench out there at half-back.
I'll tell you who's not out there, Barry Davis, the captain.
And the ball goes around towards that wing position where Goodingham gets the tap and the ball is out of bounds. It appears that Barry Davis may have had a knock on the leg and was forced to leave the ground at half-time. Knocked out by Goodingham again, but Bartlett's there. Hooks the ball back over his head and it'll go out of bounds. And it'll be a throw-in from that half-forward line for Richmond, about 75 to 80 metres around from their goal.
Lou, the loss of their skipper, Barry Davis, a prolific kick-getter. Certainly won't help North Melbourne, but they're in there battling. Up they go. Green tries to get the tap away. Goodingham's in there, picked up by Farron. Couldn't get his boot to the ball when tackled there by Wood, but eventually he does. Down towards centre half forward. Coming out there is Kekovic. Kekovic over towards Ryan. Ryan backs back. Eventually takes his kick into the forward zone. There's a close one. Forced through for one behind. And so Richmond 11-11, leading North Melbourne 8-4. 25 points of difference in favour of Richmond. The 1973 premiers on top in their bid to take it out for the second successive year, but North Melbourne are in there. They're still battling on. Up they go. There's a long way to go. Taken by Cloak of Richmond. Cloak gets it out to the wing position on the outer side. Here's a race for the ball. Taken by Royce Hart. Beautiful hand pass to Sheedy. Sheedy steadies. He drives downfield. There's nobody home. But here's a go for David Thorpe. He breaks clear. He kicks. And he's missed.
Well, there was a sigh of relief from the North Melbourne supporters after that kick from Thorpe. They're leading by 26 points, Richmond. About 8.5 minutes gone of this third quarter as the ball goes around to that half back line. Flying high. That time was Baker. Baker now playing at centre half back.
Yeah, that was a good mark, Louis.
Beautiful mark. Davis has left the field. It appears that he may have an injured leg. Up towards Goodingham and Green. Goodingham gets the knock. Peterson trying to get clear. Gets a hand pass to Briders. Briders with a pass to Kekovic. It's too long. In goes Andrews. He's grabbed. He's knocked to the ground. Backing up well as Kane. Don't they back up those Tigers? What a beautiful backline as the ball goes back towards centre field. Thorpe over to Walsh. He fumbles the ball. He gets a nasty knock. And just now. Burns. A high one by Barn that time, and Burns will take the free kick a little short of centre half back. Oh, bad pass to Rantel, but he's grabbed it. Rantel around the outer side of the ground. And a beautiful pass to Mark to Feltham. Back to Green. A bit confused that time, Green. Hand pass back to Peterson. Back to Feltham. They're looking better now, North. Up it goes. Back towards Sam Kekovic. His kicker smothers. He fires for the goal. As it go now as we see Briders break clear. Oh, he can't kick it. They're strong, those defenders, as we see McGee throwing himself. But Peterson's got it. He's broken clear now. Up towards the Wade.
Oh, he's got to get a free.
Free kick to him. Interference.
His shoulder's crooked too.
He would have marked that one.
He's had that crook shoulder for a little while, Lou.
Yeah, he's had that crook shoulder against the second semi-final at Waverley. Well, he's already kicked 3 goals. Look at Wade. It's a 15-metre penalty. This means that the Tigers have been wasting time, and Wade will be going for his 4th goal. He wouldn't miss this in a million years. That's a goal away. So they move to 9 goals, 4. 58 points. North Melbourne to Richmond 11-12, 78 points, 20 points the difference, a little over the 10-minute mark of this third quarter.
Doug Wade getting attention from the head trainer of North, Ron House. Wade putting up a great performance because he's certainly against one of the all-time greats in Dick Clay. An awkward bounce then from umpire Robinson. Bartlett comes in. Bartlett putting the Tigers into attack with a half-forward flank on the outer side of the ground. Cumming tries to do his bit. Eventually does so. Gets it over to Thorpe. Thorpe.
No, we will not give North away. Up it goes the game. Knocked out by Goodingham. A go now for Burns to get clear, but he was grabbed. A free kick to Burns. Burns at centre field. Actually, he's on the defensive side for North Melbourne. Oh, could be a free kick. He said play on, but backing up well. Here's Ryan. They back up beautifully, those Tiger defenders. And a no mark to Pagan. Was picked up by Rantel. Rantel saves that towards Feltham and Sheedy. Having a great battle. Feltham comes out. Good play by Feltham as he kicks the ball around towards Wade and Clay. Oh, they both go in pretty hard, and he's paying a free kick to Clay. Well, golly, Wade's not too happy about that one. He wasn't happy at all about that, Clay. Wade, ball back towards that wing position on the outer side. Hooked over by Burns. Oh, too far for Farron. And punched away by Kane. Back towards Sprout. A wild hand pass. Oh, they're going like bumps. We see the ball from half for Sheedy. Back to Wood. He can't pick it up. Backing up was Burke. Baker. But Hart picks it up again. A long kick and a mark by Dents. A good mark. Plenty of pressure football at the moment. And that North Melbourne defence under a tremendous strain down there at the moment. As we see Dent send the ball around towards the wing position. Oh, getting up high. That time was hard. Pushed away by Peterson. Grabbed by Burns. Over to Simmerbush. And North going to attack. Here's Breeders. He's got an open goal. He fires. And it's a goal.
"14 minutes into the third quarter. Arnold Briders puts one through for the Kangaroos. Scoreboard reading, Richmond 12-12, 84 North, 10-4, 54, back to 64 rather, back to 20 points of difference in favour of Richmond, and both teams giving their all, and they're thrilling the capacity crowd, approximately 120,000 people here today, and of course people right throughout Australia watching it live on the Channel 7 network. In comes Farrant, gets it over to Greg going for a run, but the ball will be brought back. And listen to the crowd, it's certainly pro-North, but I don't reckon anybody there could say that Richmond isn't putting up a tremendous performance, and of course North are too. It's a beautiful game to watch, glorious to call, as Greg takes his kick now. It's a big one in towards centre half forward. Peterson's got the ball, a hurried kick, it rebounds. In comes Gareth Andrews, he's still going, well played Andrews. Knocked back by Goodingham of North Melbourne. It's a cameraman's nightmare at this stage. Taken there by Walsh. Walsh of Richmond gets it to the wing position. Oh, here's a race, it'll go over the boundary line. There wasn't a player within a bull's roar of it then, and there'll be a throw-in between Richmond's half-forward flank and the centre wing position. Throw-in, Goodingham's there on his own, taps it down here towards Schimmelbusch. His grab, tries a hand pass towards Burns. Is he in trouble? But he gets out of trouble. A desperate tackle there by Sheedy, didn't come off. Down towards centre half-forward for North. Oh, Wade was shoved right out of it then, but still play goes on. Kekovic comes through. Kekovic trying to use his strength. He goes over, it's called play on. Richmond are out of trouble, and Morris copped one right on the nut there. And the free, I think, could be given downfield. It will be. Well, listen to the North Melbourne crowd. Are they dirty on umpire Robinson? Wood tried to break away, but it didn't come off. Gee, they're savage on the umpire, aren't they?
Well, they are. I think a bit unfair that time as the ball is kicked up by Wood up towards that half-forward line. And
oh, back here, back here!
Look at this. Back here now. They're really into it. Look at this going on. They're all having a go. Look. And the players still going on down here. Players are falling over like nobody's. And there's a free kick down there to Richmond. And players going in like nobody's business. The umpire, the goal umpire's absolutely hopeless down there. Got no hope. There's another go going on. Look. Well, the field umpire hasn't spotted this at all.
Well, there's a chance for Richmond, a goal here. It's Sheedy with the ball. It's Sheedy with the ball up the other end of the ground, and he's only 30 metres out. He's kicked one goal. It's on its way. It's swinging. At 1 point results.
By golly, that was pretty lively football down there. The field umpire didn't even know it was going on. So it's Richmond 12-13, 85 to North Melbourne 10-4, 64. And a mark taken there by Sproul at half forward. Sam Kekovic must have got one in the nose. Sproul about 65 metres out from goal. Just about dead in front. A beautiful kick by Sproul. But it's off target and through for 1 point. So they move to 12-14. 86 points. Richmond to North Melbourne 10-4, 64 points. And what a wild and woolly game it is.
Oh, she's on again over there. Morris and Kekovic. And the ball is on the forward line for Richmond. Ryan coming out, kicks it in towards the centre. Sproul in front of Burns, it's not clear. McGee kicks it off the ground. In comes Baum. Baum moving beautifully. Kicks a long one down towards the forward pocket on the outer side. A chance for Cumming. Hart's in there. Cumming still going. Hand pass to Sheedy. Sheedy a long hand pass to Green. Green of Richmond. A hand pass back here towards Sheedy. Sheedy kicks it into the goal square. A go for the Tigers. Cloak was there. Cummings got it. Cummings snaps. Puts it through for one behind. Boy, is this entertainment plus.
Well, keep your eye on number 38 for Richmond and number 4 for North Melbourne. They've been going hammer and tongs all day as the ball is kicked back into play by North Melbourne out towards that wing position. Rantel going out. Oh, he got him around the neck that time. Would have to get a free kick against Thorpe. And no big parties today. It's a real ring-a-ding-ding grand final as we see the free kick go to Rantel with a 15-metre penalty. He's on the wing position on the outer side. The kick Round towards that half-forward line. The pack set themselves. Look at the pack there. The ball's pushed out to Feltham, but he can't get there in time. And it's out of bounds. About 70 metres around from the North Melbourne ground. This is a dead-set pro North Melbourne crowd.
You've got to wrap those Richmond defenders, Lou. There they go. Balm over the top of Kekovich. Picked up by Thorpe. Knocked away there by Arnold Brightus. In comes Peterson. Back to Kekovich. Kekovich steadies. He kicks. He's put it through. He's kicked how many goals? 2. And we're 20 minutes into the third quarter. There's the scoreboard. And there's a Richmond player in trouble. It's McGee, who's been playing beautifully too at centre half back. And the scoreboard, I lost sight of it then. So many things happening. 12-15, 87. Richmond, North Melbourne, 11-4, 70. 17 points the difference.
And there's the ball up towards centre half forward. Everyone trying their heart out as the umpire will give a free kick to Brightus. He's about 65 metres out from goal. He's already kicked 1 goal. Brightus coming on, replacing Davis at half-time. Brightus, a dynamic player when he wants to let himself go. Gets into the goal square. The pack set themselves. They're all flying wide at the back. Picked up that time by Clay. Gets the ball wide out towards that half-back line. Backing up as Walsh. Couldn't pick the ball up. In goes Walsh again. Simmerbush has got him. Now he breaks away. He's playing strong football. And he's slung. The ball is out of bounds on the full. And a penalty free kick to go to Simmerbush. Listen to that crowd going for North Melbourne.
Oh, what a fantastic effort from Wayne Walsh though, Lou.
Great
Ryan
play.
takes the kick into the forward zone again for North Melbourne. Wade goes up there. Ball comes to the ground. It's Kane of Richmond. Takes it over the boundary line. Had such momentum up, he just couldn't do anything about it. They're throwing in that forward pocket for North Melbourne. On the stand side, there's Kekovich. Up goes Green. Green taps it away. In comes Francis Burke. Burke puts his boot into it. In towards the centre of the MCG it goes. They all fly for it. Cloak's got the run of the ball, but misses it. Oh, in comes Montgomery. No free kick. Montgomery still got it. Gets it over towards Bradley Smith. He's in trouble. Back towards Montgomery. Misses the run of the ball. In comes Cloak. Montgomery's there, but it's taken over the boundary line. And a free kick is paid to Montgomery.
A free kick to Montgomery on the wing position. He has a bit of a run. Gets the ball across to centre half forward. It beats about 5. Pushed away by Green. Over to Sheedy. Sheedy gets the ball, drops it short. Good play by Hart. As they go now for Cumming. He's grabbed a hand pass over to Sproul. A long shot for goal, but he's off target. And the ball is through for 1 point or out of bounds. Out of bounds. Out of bounds right against the point post. 22.5 minutes gone at this quarter, and they're trailing by 17 points, North Melbourne. Bradley Smith, there's a go now for Thorpe, but he's off target. They've been kicking badly, Richmond. 12-16, 88 to North Melbourne. 11-4, 70 points. Waiting now for the ball to come into play. It's Baker kicking off this time. He's been moved around the ground a bit. Been a ferocious quarter, this third quarter.
23 minutes into it, the sun coming out. Who's it going to shine upon? Feltham. Oh, he will be awarded the mark. The top one on the nose for his trouble. And I don't have to describe that. Oh!
15-metre penalty, Mike.
Yes, indeed, a 15-metre penalty. And this game is not over by a long shot as Feltham takes his kick to the wing position on the outer side. Up goes Greg. Behind was Brightus, but it's McGee standing firm as usual. Robbie McGee pushing the ball in front of him. In comes Darryl Cumming. A long hand pass finds Bartlett. Bartlett can't get his kick, tackled by Pagan. Oh, there's another one going in there, but it's Bartlett with the ball. Bartlett into the forward zone for Richmond. Barry Richardson is there. Oh, Montgomery will get a free kick there. Montgomery up north to take the free kick at the centre half-back position. Possibly a little short of the centre half-back position. Montgomery of north. His kick goes in towards the centre. Plenty of Richmond players there. Oh, Thorpe got one right in the back there, but it's called play on. Goodingham gets a free kick held while not in possession. Goodingham, oh, what's he going to do? Dummies a hand pass. Tries a short one over here towards Farrant. McFerrin kicks a long one. It's in the goal square. Up they go. No mark, however. Gareth Andrews is in there. Taken by Kane. Kane of Richmond kicks out towards a half-back flank. Plenty of North players there. Taken by Shimmerbush. Tries to run too far. He's caught. It goes to Goodingham. Goodingham gets it over to Burns. Burns is tackled immediately by Cumming. Is this desperation football or is it? Cumming is still there. Cumming's got it. A hand pass comes over to Sproul. Tackled by Montgomery. Walsh is over the ball. Comes out with it. He's pushed over by Burns. And Burns comes out. Oh, they're getting tired. A high one to centre half forward. It's taken there by Shimmerbush. Shimmerbush kicks in forward. It's an awkward one. And Dick Clay meets it as it goes over the boundary line. There'll be a throw in North's forward pocket.
Out of bounds in the forward pocket, and what football this is. By golly, they're throwing themselves at the ball, both sides. Back it goes now. Knocked out by Green. Cumming and Peterson having a go, but neither can pick it up. And the umpire will ball it up about 15 metres out from the North Melbourne goal. They're trailing by 18 points at the moment. Down she goes. Oh, the ball pushed out by Kicker. It's not a good one. He goes after the ball again. And is it a free kick or a ball up? And a ball it up. This time it's about 20 metres out from that North Melbourne goal. Plenty of Richmond defenders there. Kekovic again gets the knockout. But too good this time as we see the ball taken away by Morris. But they're in the way. Oh, Ryan dropped an easy one. This allows Cloak to come after the ball and he taps it over the line and out of bounds. Out of bounds on the wing position, or up to the wing position on the members' side, and North Melbourne still trailing by 18 points. Ball back into play again. Goodingham at the back, got the nap down. Good pick up that time by Peterson as he shoots the ball around towards Cable, but it's out of bounds on the full. And a penalty free kick will go down there. There's Cable on the fence, he's okay. And a penalty free kick to go to Kane in the back pocket. Well, actually he's up towards that half back line. All players in readiness as he boots the ball back, actually to the half-back line now. They all fight. Richmond players spoiling each other that time. Going after the ball is Sheedy. He can't pick it up, picked up by Sproul. Good play by Sproul as he gets the ball around. Just about a mark to Bradley Smith. He's played it, a free kick, and he's doing a great job down there in the back pocket as he did last week too.
Smith driving Richmond out once again. The ball comes to the half-back flank on the member stand side. Hands reach high for it. Nobody comes out with it, but Sheedy gets it over to Mike Green. He kicks in the Goodingham. Over the line it goes. There'll be a throw-in. Richmond's half-forward flank on the stand side, right in front of the smoker stand here at the MCG. The ball knocked over towards Dench. Couldn't get a run of it. In comes Hart. Almost got a free kick too. Hart comes out with the ball. Kicks in goalwards. It's slightly across the face of goals. Up goes Baker and takes a beautiful mark. What a game this is. 18 points the difference in favour of Richmond. Kick out goes towards Keith Gregg. Rantel knocks it clear. But oh, there's only one man there. It's Kevin Morris of Richmond. Morris steadies. Kicks in at the big ones, but he's off target, I feel. And 1 point results. 19 points the difference now in favour of Richmond. Baker at fullback about to kick out. A thriller-diller. A ring-a-ding-dinger, as Lou would say. Baker going to favour the outer flank by the look of it. There it goes. It's a nice kick too. Right to the half-back flank on the outer side. Oh, and Sheedy gets up. Used his opponent for leverage and took a great mark. Sheedy into the forward zone. Barry Richardson is there. Baker comes out in front and takes the good defensive mark. Baker now switches flanks. He goes looking for Goodingham. Oh, Goodingham gets a push in the back, not seen by the umpire. In they go, picked up there by Walsh. He loses it, taken by Goodingham. Goodingham gets it down into the forward zone for North Melbourne. Riders comes out with it, but oh, he's lost it and a free kick. Oh, he could be playing the mark. He should have. Riders gets it over to Cable. Cable into the forward pocket on the stand side, but over the line it goes on the full. Doug Wade looks at him as if to say, hell, what do you think I am? An orangutan, my arms aren't that long. Dick Clay to take the kick. Coming along the member stand flank. Lovely sunshine here at the MCG, which is pretty unusual for Melbourne in the football season. Goodingham marks.
Great mark to Goodingham there on that centre wall, back towards the centre of the ground. Goodingham with the ball. It's a punt kick across the centre half forward. Brightest in front. Oh, good mark that time by Green. A beautiful mark by Green.
Great timing, Louis.
Great time. He's taken quite a few good marks today as he gets the ball out towards Wood and Grigg. They're having a great battle. There goes Grigg. He's broken clear. Gets the ball across towards Cable, and he's marked it. Cable's got the mark. He'd be about, about 60 metres out from goal. He's already kicked 2 goals. Cable. He's having a long kick, doesn't quite make the distance. Ball pushed out by Green, and the ball is out of bounds in the forward pocket position for North Melbourne, about 25 metres around from their goal, and there is the siren.
Scoreboard at 3/4 time in the 74 Grand Final. Richmond 12-17-89, leading North Melbourne 11-4-70. The VFL Grand Final 1974, Richmond versus North Melbourne, the final quarter. With the scoreboard reading, Richmond 12-17-89, leading by 19 points. North Melbourne 11-4-70, and it's Richmond into attack immediately. Ball taken by Royce Hart, their skipper. It's a right footer by Hart, but it's deep into the forward zone. Green from behind couldn't get it. Taken by Cumming over to Barry Richardson, and he's put it through. Oh boy, that came up. Let me be completely accurate here. That came up 51 seconds into the final quarter. Lou Richards, a good starter.
Well, that certainly caused a bit of damage to the North Melbourne side's morale. Coming up that quickly, Michael. It was a beautiful bit of play by Cumming. And Richardson sitting back there on his own, kicked a very easy goal. So it's back to the centre now, waiting for the umpire to bounce the ball with North Melbourne trailing by 25 points.
Richardson's second goal.
Richardson's second goal. Down she goes. Well, there's a battle going on as we see the ball forced out by Baum, but the umpire's found a free kick, and it will go to Shimmerbush at centre field. North Melbourne have got the task ahead of them now as the ball is kicked high up towards centre half forward, but Baum in the way and takes a mighty strong mark.
Hasn't he played a strong game?
Well, he's a strong player, big boy, as he kicks the ball back towards centre field. Oh, Rantel nearly marked that one, couldn't hold it. Players going in hard. There's Bartlett breaking clear, taking his time, had a ton of time that time as he gets the ball up towards that forward pocket. Punched away by the North defenders. Backing up well as Montgomery. Runs to centre half back. Just about to centre field. Kicks the ball up to centre half forward. They're all flying, but staying back was McGee. A beautiful bit of play as he gets the ball across to Morris. And Morris kicks the ball back towards that half forward line. Punched away again by the North Melbourne defenders. There's the go now for Bartlett. He fires for the goals, but doesn't make the distance. Green having a great battle there with Bradley Smith, but it's finally forced through for 1 point. Well, that makes it 26 points the difference. 13-18, 96 Richmond to North Melbourne, 11-5-70. Ball back into play again. Punched away by Goodingham. Going after the ball that time is Burns. He's broken clear as he gets the ball up there, but there's no one there for North. Gareth Andrews picks it up easily. Back towards centre field again. Too many Richmond players around as Baum has a ton of time to kick the ball and drives them into attack up towards centre half forward. It beats about 5 players. In goes Baker, can't pick it up. Montgomery and Thorpe. It's Thorpe trying to get out, and the umpire wants it play on. There's a shot by Sheedy, and it's another goal. Well, they're 31 points in front, 32 points in front now, Richmond. 14-18, 102 points Richmond to North Melbourne. Looking pretty sick at the moment. 11-4, 70 points, and that's Sheedy's second goal.
Well, Cowton is on for North Melbourne. Who's that down there, Lou? Could be Shimmelbush, is it? Looks like Shimmelbush sitting down there beside Barassi. Reckon. Oh, it could be Robbie Peterson. Yeah, it's Robbie Peterson, I think it is. Peterson off, and Cowton is on. That's right. And so play goes on. Richmond trying to go into attack once again. Rantel gets a hand pass over to Cowden, who's just come on. He fumbles it, knocks it forward. In comes Sproul of Richmond. Sproul on the half-back flank on the stand side. He's tackled there. He hand passes over here towards Wood. But in comes Greg. Greg manoeuvring around, tries a hand pass to Burns. Burns just couldn't get to it. In he comes once again. Wayne Walsh couldn't grab it. Taken there by Schimmelbusch. Schimmelbusch a hand pass across here towards Ryan. What's Ryan going to do? Oh, it's a funny old hand pass over here towards Feltham. Kane just knocked it away. In comes Kane once again. Kane gets it to the half-back flank on the outer side and puts it over the line. Who's going to take the kick? It's Paul Feltham to take it. On the half-forward flank on the outer side. North Melbourne, they got the job in front of them to take out their first premiership ever. But they'll certainly be in there fighting till the final siren. Feltham's kick goes towards the pocket on the outer side, bounces inside the line, over it goes. There'll be a throw-in North Melbourne's forward pocket. Wait for the throw-in. Baum there, number 21, going in with Kekovic. Baum taps it down here. Kane couldn't get away with it. Kekovic has got it. Handball's out here. It's Morris diving on top of the ball. Kevin Morris of Richmond is still going. Comes out with it. His kick goes to the wing position on the outer side. There's a race for it. Thorpe couldn't get it. A chance for Rantel. Ball close to the boundary line. Rantel is grabbed. And what is it holding the ball? It is. Thorpe plays on immediately. Richmond putting the pressure right on and keeping it on into the forward zone again. Green couldn't hold it, picked up by Baker. Baker gets it out to the half-back flank on the outer side and taken there by Gregg. He also got the free kick. His kick is not a particularly good one, taken by Sheedy. Sheedy towards Bartlett, bit of Wood coming in. He'll get a free kick. No, it's called play on, taken by Cable. He kicks forward and standing there is McGee. Have a look at his right foot. He's done it like a Melbourne Cup favourite. Francis Burke kicks to the half-forward flank for Richmond on the stand side. They fly. Montgomery of North with it. He's tackled, gets it over to Cable. Cable of North Melbourne to the centre half-forward position. Kekovic is there. He's marked. Now he would be about 80 metres out and he's quite likely to kick this. He's kicked two. If he gets onto this, it could go through. Up he comes. It's on its way. By heck, it's pretty close. Forced through for one behind. He down there kicked that 80 metres, Lou.
A mighty kick by Kekovic that time. 14-18, 102 points Richmond. To North Melbourne, 11-5, 71. Trailing by 31 points. About 7 minutes gone of this last quarter. Ball back into play by Clay. Out towards the half-back line. Has to go for Cable, but he's intercepted that time by Hart. Good play by Hart. A beautiful pass out to Sheedy. Played a terrific game. A drop kick by Sheedy up towards full forward. The pack fly. It's on the ground. Coming across this time is Richardson. He turns. He fires. Oh, what a beautiful goal!
Play.
That's his third goal. What a beauty! 15-18, 108 points Richmond. To North Melbourne, 11-5, 71. Seven and a
Let's have a look at that again, Lou. I think we'll have a look at that on our video disc just quickly. Barry Richardson, he dummies the hand pass, steadies, and through it is. Right, back to action now.
A beautiful kick by Richardson. It's back to the centre again. They're trailing by 37 points.
They're in trouble, North Melbourne. Richmond showing how good, how classy they are. Walsh struggles it back in towards the centre there. Sheedy's in there battling. Cowden comes in, and there'll be a ball up by umpire Robinson, slightly into North Melbourne's territory. What a game North are giving us, but Richmond looking the favourites at this stage. Taken there by Bartlett. Bartlett goes wide to the flank position on the outer side of the ground, taken by Cloak. Cloak, a hand pass over here towards Sproul. Sproul down towards Walsh. Look at them make position. Oh, this is beautiful. Taken by Barry Richardson. Back over here towards Walsh. Do they know what they're doing? Walsh steadies from the boundary line. Kicks in towards the goal. Smith comes in. Tries to take it on the half volley. Over it goes, and there'll be a throw in Richmond's forward pocket on the outer side. They're kicking to the outer or Richmond end. Wait for the throw in. Smith is going to duel with Michael Green. 37 is Green, Smith number 1. Smith takes it, kicks it out to the half-back flank on that outer side, but Richmond players are everywhere. Sproul takes the mark. Beautiful performance. Sproul on the half-forward flank. He's a long way out. I couldn't see him kicking it, but And he'll shove it right in the goal square. Oh, he has. Up they go. Baker went high. Hart is there. A chance for Thorpe. Sheedy's there. Couldn't get his boot to it. They're all over the place, and there'll be a ball up in the Richmond goal square. Umpire Ian Robinson. A bounce. Up they go. Goodingham taps it, taken by Barry Richardson. Thorpe is in there, knocked away by Rantel. A chance for Dench, couldn't get to it. Bartlett's in there, pushes the ball in front of him. A left foot snap by Bartlett. What's he done? One behind. So that takes Richmond on to 15, 19, 109. North Melbourne 11-5, 71.
Waiting for the ball to come back into play, this time by Dench. Dench kicks the ball out to the half-back line. It falls a bit short. And a good mark taken by Thorpe. Came down pretty heavy that time, Thorpe. Having a bit of a bustle that time with Rantel. He'd be about, no more than about 55 metres out from goal. Well, they're going pretty well. He's already kicked one goal. They're leading by 38 points at the moment, Richmond, and looking mighty good. There's the kick, falls a bit short. Players set themselves again. Punched away by the defenders for North Melbourne. Going after the ball is Green. He's got it now, a hand pass. Back to Pagan. Look at a free kick for a push in the back. And Pagan takes the free kick on the half-back line. Out towards Farron. He's hemmed in that time. McGee at the back. McGee won't give in. He's done up like a trotter there as the ball comes out to Wood. Over to Morris. Back that time to Cumming.
Play!
McGee. What beautiful football as the ball goes back to the Sheedy. He couldn't take the mark, and a mark taken there by Montgomery in the back pocket, with Richmond still 38 points in front.
A class exhibition of football from both sides as the ball swings in towards the centre. Big Neil Baum knocks it away, over towards Cloak. Cloak gets his boot into it, back towards the goal square again. Barry Richardson is there, knocked away by Bradley Smith. Smith butters up, gets it over to David Dench. Dench of North Melbourne gets it to the wing position on the stand side. Burns goes up behind Wood, and he's playing the man in front, Wood of Richmond. Wood takes his kick, goes towards the pocket on the stand side. Man in front was Royce Hart. He's appealing for the mark, but it's being paid to Baker, the man behind. Baker of North Melbourne. While there's life, there's hope. Can North take this one out? Boy, have they got a task in front of them that they're battling as Ryan takes the ball for North. Oh, his kick's a pretty poor one. In comes Francis Burke, is a real tiger. Gets it over here towards Morris. Morris to the half-forward flank for Richmond. And down went Hart. Hart's been dropped. Got up all right. Well, no doubt about Royce Hart. They know he's a champion. As soon as he went down, there were three Richmond trainers straight out on the ground. What a player this fellow is. Hart takes his kick. Oh, it's a magnificent kick right into the goal square. They fly again. Green couldn't pull it down. Sheedy comes through. Couldn't get away with it. Oh, and there's a bit of bustling going on behind. Is it Sheedy's free? It is. Oh, he loves this Sheedy. Oh, Sheedy. Reminds me of when you were playing, Lou. Cause a bit of a stir if you get the free kick.
Well,
it's
beautiful. He certainly fixed him up there, Michael. Sheedy with the ball in that forward pocket, about how far out? No more than about 35 metres out from goal, and he's already kicked two. Sheedy going for a short pass. It's a good one. No, it's intercepted. He's going after it again. Sheedy. He's on the boundary line. He can't pick it up. In goes Dench. He can't get clear. He's clear now, but the umpire has found a free kick, and the free kick will go to Dench down there in the back pocket. Dench with the ball. Drives it around towards that half-back line. Up go the pack. Nearly a mark to Wood, but the umpire says play on his little partner picks it up. Gets it across towards centre half forward. Nearly a mark again at Cloak. But we see Farrell in trouble. Umpire's paid a free kick against him. Free kick going and coming. About 55 metres out from goal, directly in front.
Coming up to the 14-minute mark in the final quarter of the 1974 Grand Final.
And as coming with the ball, 55 metres out, directly in front. It's a good kick, it looks a goal. Another goal to Richmond. That's Cummings' first goal. And now they're looking pretty good as we approach the 15-minute mark. 16-19. 115 points Richmond to North Melbourne, 11-5, 71 points. And things not looking too good for the old Kangaroos at the moment.
Well, you've got to be factual. Richmond are looking a better side, a more professional side, but you can't take it away from North. They're doing everything possible to win their first flag. But it's Bartlett, blokes like Bartlett and Sheedy, the experienced players, used to the pressure of a grand final, that are doing a hell of a lot of damage to North Melbourne. In comes Wood. Wood can't control the ball. Over the line it goes. There'll be a throw-in on Richmond's half-forward flank on the stand side. There they go. Green is there. From the back comes Sheedy, tapped it down, but it's picked up by Burns. He gets it over to Gregg of North Melbourne. Gregg up towards centre half forward. Up they go, the ball not clear. Here's a chance for Bridus. Bridus picks up, he's running in, he kicks. But oh, he's off target, and it goes through for one behind only. Well, Richmond going for their second successive flag, 16-19 to North Melbourne, 11-6.
And it's Clay to bring the ball back into play now. Clay kicks it out towards that half-back line. It drops short, and there's a mark to Shimmerbush.
And Lou, in this final quarter, Richmond so far have kicked 4-2 to North Melbourne, 2 behind. Shimmerbush kicks.
And there's the kick up towards the goal, but he's off target, and it's through for another point to North Melbourne. 16-19, 115 points Richmond to North Melbourne, 11-7, 73, and things are looking pretty sick for the old Kangaroos as we wait now for Dick Clay to bring the ball back into play. Clay out towards that half-back line. The ball dropped short, but a mark to Walsh. The North Melbourne players just stood there and watched him that time, and he took a very easy mark, even though he came down pretty heavily. Kicks the ball wide, and Hart going after it. He's grabbed it. It's hard to keep a champion down as he takes the mark on that wing position on the outer side.
Fantastic player, Royce Hart, waiting for him now to put Richmond right into attack. A beautiful kick over the centre half-forward position, taken by Montgomery of North Melbourne. His kick goes to the half-back flank, snared there by Sheedy. Sheedy into the forward zone once again for the Tigers. Barry Richardson coming out. He's ducking and weaving. Eventually he sides him up, kicks in and puts it, hit the behind post. So it will be deemed out of bounds on the full, and Montgomery of North Melbourne to take the kick. Richmond, they won't let up this pressure. As the kick, it's a nice one. Goes to the half-back flank, and a good mark is taken there by Burns.
Burns with the ball. He tries to go for a short pass. It's a mark 2 count. He doesn't know what to do with it. He breaks clear, hand pass. Back over to Burns again. Burns streaking away. Gets the ball across the centre half forward. But playing in front is Francis Burke, even though he's down pretty heavily. Francis Burke, the Richmond defence, been marvellous today. They've withstood most onslaughts from the Kangaroo attack. Ball out towards Green now. Can he mark it? Just about held that. Green tries to pick it up again. He's desperate as he tries to get the ball out. Count battling hard. And finally coming away with the ball is Wood. Across to Thorpe at centre field. Up towards the forward pocket it goes. And there's a mark. What a mark! A beautiful mark by Richardson in that forward pocket. He's already kicked 3 goals, and he'll be about 45 metres out on a 45-degree angle. Waiting on Richardson to have his shot. Not an impossible one for him. Here he goes now. Richardson going for his 4th goal. It's not a bad kick. It's a goal. And they move on to 17-19. 17-19, 121 points. Richmond to North Melbourne, 11-7, 73. And they're gradually wrapping up the 1974 Grand Final. The flag is just about sitting on the flag post on top of the Richmond stand at the moment.
Oh, that's tremendous. I wonder if we could see that little bit of action again on video disc while the ball is being brought back. Look at that. Barry Richardson, almost 2 years out of the game, came back to play in the premiership team, it looks like, at this stage. But North Melbourne still in there trying, with the time running out for them. And of course, they've got this wonderful opposition, great opposition from Richmond. But full credit to North as Sheedy kicks the ball off the ground, taken by Montgomery. Montgomery back towards centre half forward for North Melbourne. Knocked clear there, but in comes Greg. Greg of North Melbourne running in, he steadies, he shoots at the goals. And North is still in there battling. That's Greg's first goal. At the 19-minute mark in the final quarter, there's plenty of action. You're watching it on Channel 7.
A nice goal that time by Greg. He's played a damn good game for North Melbourne all day, Michael.
And that's North Melbourne's first goal of the final quarter.
Well, it's back to the centre now, waiting for the umpire to throw the ball down. And we're seeing still pretty good football. They're not giving up, are they, Mike?
Oh, it's great to watch, Lou. A thrilling grand final. You couldn't wish for anything better. As the ball has bounced, Goodingham and Green going there. In comes Sheedy. Is he playing the great game again in the grand final? A pressure player, a big occasion player. Here's Morris coming in for Richmond now. About to turn North Melbourne out, if he can get hold of it, that is. Oh, and he's met solidly there. And down they go. Sheedy tackling hard. Picked up there by Wayne Walsh. Gets it to the half-forward flank on the stand side. Cumming can't control the ball over the line. And there'll be a throw-in on the half-forward flank for Richmond on the stand side. Looks like Clayton is coming on for Richmond. Only a boy, 17 I think he is, Clayton, a boy from Tasmania, came over this year. Number 43, you'll see him in a minute. He's just warming up on the boundary line. I don't know who Tommy Hafey's going to take off. They're playing so well, the whole 18. The ball there, taken by Rantel, puts his boot into it, gets it to the wing position on the stand side. Cowton takes it, plays on immediately, handballs over to Schimmelbusch. He put Schimmelbusch in a fair bit of trouble there. He was tackled by Wood, picked up by Sproul. Sproul of Richmond to the half-forward flank on the stand side. Baker knocks it away from Hart. It's up for grabs. Oh, look at Sheedy, desperation plus. Picked up by Thorpe. Thorpe puts the ball into the forward pocket for the Tigers. Barry Richardson, oh, he's taken another one. Now, there was nothing David Dench could have done. Well, he did everything humanly possible to stop him, and that was a freak mark from Barry Richardson. He's got 4 on the board. He's on a bad angle, but still, he's capable of kicking it. Up he comes, it's on its way. Oh, it's right through the centre. Put away your glasses. Magnificent. That's his 5th. Oh, Louis, are they coming home?
Well, they're certainly playing great football, Mike. No doubt about that.
Let's have a quick look at that mark again in slow motion now. Video disc. Now look at this. Dench is doing everything possible, but look at that. Didn't he use his body beautifully, Richardson? Ball back in the centre.
Waiting for the umpire to throw the ball down. 127 points, Richmond, to North Melbourne. Really struggling at the moment, 79 points. So it's back to the centre. Hello, what's happened here now? Free kick to Richmond. Someone's gone over the line. Free kick going to Bartlett. They can't do a thing right, North Melbourne.
22 minutes gone at the final quarter.
As we see Bartlett break clear. Bartlett gets the ball up towards the full forward position. Over the head of the pack. Going after it now is Baker. Baker gets the ball back towards centre field. But Bartlett stopped that time, wouldn't go for it. But he didn't have to. As the ball goes over to Schimmelbusch. He's grabbed, will get a free kick, and he takes the free kick at centre field. But I think it's a bit late for North now, as we see Schimmelbusch with the ball at centre field. North Melbourne have put up a great show, but it's too late as the ball comes out to Goodingham. A good kick up towards that full forward position, the back fly. Staying at the back that time was Kane. Drives the ball out towards Walsh on his own. He takes the ball at half back. Look at the wide open spaces now as we see Sheedy going after the ball. Can he get there in time? But he kicks it out of bounds, and it's out of bounds on that centre wing position.
Oh, Richmond, a fantastic performance at this stage. They've had great opposition from North, but Richmond really showing their class now as the ball is on the wing position on the outer side of the ground, picked up there by Hart, over to Sheedy. Sheedy, a hand pass to Burke. Wood is off and Clayton is coming on. Richmond into attack once again. Up goes Pagan from behind, but it's coming in front. Who will be awarded the mark? Darryl Cumming on the half-forward flank on the outer side. There's young Clayton. They reckon he's going to be a real star of the future. coming on. Up. What's happened over there? Eventually Cumming gets his kick. It's a scraggy one taken by Goodingham over to Rantel. Rantel of North Melbourne has tackled. Oh, they're tackling vigorously. But free kick will go to Rantel. Ball will be brought back. And you can see why the Tigers are heading for their second successive flag, because even though they seemingly have the game sewn up there, not showing any mercy to North Melbourne. In fact, they'd make Bing the Merciless look like a philanthropist. The ball goes to the half-forward flank for North Melbourne. A great mark taken there by Bridus. Bridus gets it over to Kekovic. Kekovic steadies. It's a mammoth kick by Kekovic. It's going to be close. What's the result? He's paying a mark to Dick Clay.
I think he's paying the free kick, Michael. There's Wade, the umpire going to Wade. Wade must have said something. I wonder what. Dick Clay now gets the ball out to the half-back line on the members' side. Bridus in front. He couldn't hold the mark. Backing up as well as Burns. Hand pass over to Farron. He fires. It falls short. Backing up well as Andrews. He can't pick the ball up, but he finally knocks it out of bounds in the forward pocket position. It's about 30 metres around from the North Melbourne goal. There's 79 points to Richmond 127. Ball picked up by Burke. Driven back down a mark. Now he dropped the mark, Sproul, but he won't give in, and the ball is out of bounds on the centre wing position.
Into time on in the 1974 Grand Final with the scoreboard reading Richmond 18-19 to North Melbourne 12-7. Knocked over the line once again. Another throw-in to take place on North Melbourne's half-forward flank on the stand side. Goodingham and Green will do battle. Goodingham gets a front position, but Green gets a knockout, but a shark by Burns of North. Burns kicks a high one into the forward zone. Out they come to meet it. Wade goes up there, but it's Wayne Walsh. He'll be paid the mark in my book. Oh, gee, he's a good player. A big occasion player too, Walsh. Looks like the whale could be coming on for Richmond, and a 15-metre penalty. There's Brian Roberts, the whale, who started in their premiership win last year. The kick from Walsh goes over the centre. The pack flies. Hart knocks it further afield. Picked up by Goodingham. A long hand pass by Goodingham finds Burns. Burns of North Melbourne into the forward zone once again. Wade's in this lot, but Wade breaks clear. Wade into an open goal, and oh God, he's missed it. Well, there you are. Dick Clay about to kick out again, taking North Melbourne on to 12-8. And Richmond, it's a policeman in my way over there, 18-19. There we are. Mark taken by Green. Green gets it to the wing position on the stand side. A chance here for Kevin Sheedy. He gets it over to Clayton. Clayton handballs back here towards Kevin Morris. Morris just manoeuvres around with consummate ease. Kicks into the forward zone once again. A chance for Bradley Smith of North Melbourne. He kicks it. He's put it over the boundary line. There'll be a throw-in on the half-forward flank for Richmond on the stand side. Sheedy is off. There's Kevin Sheedy. He's off. And Roberts is on. And Sheedy, I don't think, was called off. There's nothing wrong with him. But he's given the opportunity, with the permission, I'm sure, of Tom Hafey, to give the whale a run. Baum hits it over here towards Thorpe. There's nobody near Thorpe. Dench comes in. Thorpe's hand pass is astray, and 1 point results. Taking now Richmond on to 18-10, 120, 18-20 rather, 18-20, 128 to North Melbourne, 12-8, 80. 48 points of difference in favour of Richmond.
Waiting on the ball to come back into play. It kicked out there towards that half-back line. The pack fly. Backing up well as Burke. Hooks the ball back towards the forward pocket. Oh, Bradley Smith couldn't hold that one. Dench is backing up well. He's in trouble as he tries to get clear. Dench goes after the ball now. Could be a free kick to Dench. Dench takes the free kick down there on the half-back line, half for North Melbourne. Dench with the ball now. Up towards that wing position. Pushed away by Goodingham. Going out to the ball is Cable. A hand pass. But to Bridus. Back towards Grieg there. Another long one. Over to Burns. Burns at centre half forward. Fires for the goals. It looks good. It is a goal. He's played a pretty good game, Burns, Michael. 18-20, 128. Richmond for North Melbourne, 13-8, 86.
And Lou, you've got to give it to North. They started out the underdogs. They met the top team of 73 in the 74 Grand Final, and Richmond are certainly showing that they are the top team. But by heck, you've got to pay tribute to North Melbourne. They've arrived in the big time. Only their second appearance in a Grand Final. They lost the first one to Essendon in 1950, and they're in real trouble here. Shouldn't be too long before the siren. Hello, North Melbourne players come over the line. The free kick will be given to Sproul. Sproul looked as if to say, well, the ball will be brought back. They're playing on down there in the forward pocket for Richmond, but the ball will be brought back. Umpire Robinson had a few problems during this game. Now let's see what he's going to do. Waiting for the ball to be brought back to Sproul. No 15-metre penalty. Well, there shouldn't have been, of course. Paul Sproul waiting there, former Essendon player, transferred from Essendon last year, and then now it looks like having played in 2 premiership teams. There's his kick. Going to the half-forward flank on the stand side. Oh, Bartlett gave a bit of a shove out. Wasn't caught by the umpire and has paid the mark. Well, if you can get away with it, good luck to you. Bartlett. Where's he going to go? Could easily kick this. He's kicked 3 behinds for this game, but been a very effective player. Kicking to the outer of Richmond end. It's on its way. It's dropping in the goal square. Hands reach for it. It's Baker of North Melbourne coming out with it. Kicks it out here. Feltham's after it for North. Tackle there by Walsh. Feltham is still going. Coming along that outer flank. A hand pass over here towards Schimmelbusch. Schimmelbusch, a hand pass towards Cowton. Cowton in a bit of trouble now. He backs back the wrong way. Thorpe has him. Oh, Cowton gets out of that. More by luck than good judgment. Gets it to the half-forward flank. Bryanus is there, but it's knocked away by Michael Green of Richmond over the boundary line, and we wait for the throw-in. On North Melbourne's half-forward line, half-forward flank on the outer side of the ground. Siren about to go at any moment. Throw-in takes place. Up they go. Ball not clear. A chance for Cable. He has it. A hurried kick. Sends it up towards the pocket. In comes Dick Clay like an international. Kicks it to the wing position on the outer side once again. Up goes Cloak. Oh, should have been paid the mark, but it's play on. And Richmond go into attack once more in the dying moments of the 74 Grand Final. Bradley Smith hits it over towards Goodingham. Goodingham knocks it clear here. Taken by Baker. Baker, a hand pass over towards Keith Gregg. Keith Gregg of North Melbourne up towards centre half forward. Plenty of North players there. Cable in front. Takes the mark in front of Kane. Cable a long hand pass out towards the flank position. Taken by Schimmelbusch. Schimmelbusch drives into the big sticks. He's offline. And 1 point will result. Taking the scoreboard now onto Richmond 18-20, 128. North Melbourne 13-9, 87. We wait for Dick Clay to kick out from the scoreboard end. Looks like he's going to the outer flank. Gets under it a bit, but it's still a good kick. The players set themselves. Ryan in front, Roberts behind. Neither touch it. In comes Francis Burke, but it's coming there. Knocking the ball clear towards Wood, but it's taken by Barry Cable of North Melbourne. Cable back into the forward zone once again. Up goes Gareth Andrews and takes a well-judged mark. That's been the pattern of Andrews' play. Beautiful judgment. Gareth Andrews now about to drive North Melbourne out. His kick, swinging in towards the centre of the MCG. Plenty of players there. Who's going to come out with it? Kevin Bartlett. Bartlett puts it over the centre, down towards centre half forward. Rantel of North Melbourne takes a good mark. Rantel plays on immediately. His kick goes to the half forward flank. Arnold Brightus comes out to meet it. North are going down, fighting. Hand pass over towards Burns. He's in trouble as Clayton comes through. Clayton is tackled. There is Kevin Morris with Burns. A siren goes. And the final scoreboard in the 74 Grand Final reads Richmond 18-20, 128. North Melbourne 13-9, 87. This is no progress report, believe me. It's all over. It's all over. The final scoreboard at the MCG reads Richmond 18-20, 128. North Melbourne 13-9, 87. Lou, I think we can sum it up in 2 words. Richmond, too good. There's Tommy Hafey right in the middle of that. their second successive premiership. What a thrill for them.
A great performance, Mike, and, well, as you said before, a real professional football team, aren't they? And, of course, North Melbourne went down fighting, but they weren't good enough in that last or just after half-time, and we saw many tries for North, but when you look at the Richmond side, when the pressure was really applied, they had many good players. Hart came into the game, Richardson, Burke on the back line, McGee, young Kane, also Clay.
Have a look at Sheedy, number 10. He's been kicking some container around. He's like a kid with a new toy. Look at him. Now there's enthusiasm for you. Well done, Tigers. Well done. Tommy Hafey being chaired. I think he said, put me down, you'll drop me. Well, I'll tell you what, he'll have 2 million cups of tea tonight. And there on the other hand is Ron Barassi going around to his boys. And it's a scene we've seen before in grand finals. The defeated side just dejected, but North Melbourne, take heart. You played your hearts out, boys.
Well, they certainly weren't disgraced, were they?
No, for you they weren't.
And they certainly put up a great show when you come to think of the side they have to play against.
Yeah.
But they're a fantastic side, Richmond. I suppose when we look back over the last 25 or 30 years, there hasn't been a better football team than Richmond. A better balanced side, or a side that is so well adaptable. Players can play in most positions in that team, can't they?
Professional side, Lou.
Well, they tackle football off the ground like professionals, they play it like professionals, and they win like professionals. And Sheedy, what a great player.
Oh.
Played a marvellous game today, and we saw many players. Hart, you know, he's only 50 or 60% fit, yet he plays some great games, doesn't he? It's unbelievable, really.
Lou, we've got to spare a thought now for Ron Barassi. He's done everything possible. He's got them into the grand final. And Tommy must be happy seeing they're giving an interview to a young lady.
Where's that?
Just on the monitor there.
Oh, I don't know who it is.
I don't know who the lady is, but I'll tell you something. He reckons that women should have nothing to do with football, old Tiny Tips Hafey.
Well, it's a different thing when you win the premiership. You can say what you like, can't you? But we must give full marks to Barassi's team, because 2-3 years ago they were nothing, and now they're playing in a grand final, and Barassi has done a marvellous job to get him in this position. And of course they went down fighting. Burns in the centre was a great player. Greig put up a tremendous performance. The back line battled hard, but they just couldn't cope with players like Hart, Sheedy and Richardson in the final stages. You know, Bartlett wasn't such a great player today, but still doing the right thing. Sproul, Barn. You could keep on talking all day about that great
They know
player.
what to do at the right time. They know how to play under pressure. There's Alan Swab, the Secretary of Richmond, on the right of your screen. Well, controversial figure, Swabby, a great guy and a wonderful secretary, believe me.
Well, you know, Mike, too, when that bit of a rumper started in that second or third quarter, other sides could have gone to peace, but not Richmond. They took that in their stride, didn't they?
Now the presentation about to be made by the Governor of Victoria, Sir Henry Winnicky. Incidentally, for interstate viewers, Sir Henry is a Hawthorn supporter. His son John played with Hawthorn in their first premiership ever in 1961. There's Royce Hart receiving the Premiership Cup. Congratulated now by the President of the Victorian Football League on the right, Sir Maurice Nathan. Tommy Hafey now receiving congratulations. And there's no doubt about the Governor of Victoria. He knows all these fellows personally. He knows all about football. And here's Royce Hart about to be legged up. I reckon this is the most dangerous part of the grand final, when they carry around like that. Who's got him? Mick Green, the solicitor. Oh, well, if he drops him, he can sue. Well, Louis, it's been a wonderful grand final. As we said, full tribute to Richmond. And we've got to pay tribute again to North Melbourne. Now, for the benefit of Channel 7 viewers in Melbourne, Football Inquest tonight, Tommy Hafey will be in. He's given me his promise, and when he makes a promise, he doesn't break it. So too did Ron Barassi. He said, if we win, I'll be in. And it's great to deal with guys like Barassi and Tiny Tips Hafey. I call him Tiny Tips. He drinks so much tea. I think Tiny Tips should send him a great big box of the tea. Anyhow, we'll have Barry Davis from North Melbourne in on Football Inquest at 6:30 on 7. Doug Wade from North. Kevin Bartlett, Richmond. Wayne Walsh, Richmond. Francis Burke, Richmond. Tommy Hafey, as I said, in the grand final umpire, Ian Robinson. Now at 7 o'clock on Channel 7. And Louis, those people in Melbourne who haven't seen it, we've been all over Australia today live, but people in Melbourne in Victoria have yet to see the grand final. So you'll be watching Channel 7 at 7 o'clock tonight. We'll show you the entire the entire grand final. Oh, they can drop things now,
Well, that was
I
a
suppose.
funny thing. Shetty threw the cup that time, and the other fella dropped it. But there they go. That's Michael Green with the cup, and they're all very happy. That's their second premiership in a row. And who knows how many they win in a row now, Michael, because they are a darn good football team, aren't they? And you've got to realise this too, I suppose. Out of every 1,000 people here today, there wouldn't be any more than 4 or 5 people barracking for Richmond, because the majority were with North Melbourne. They were certainly the underdogs with the crowd, Richmond.
Lou, when you've got their ability, what does it care
Well, what's it
who
matter?
barracks for
Well,
you?
people love to see the underdog win, such as North Melbourne, but it wasn't to be. But by golly, they're not disgraced, because they put up a tremendous performance to play in this grand final, didn't they?
That's right, Lou. Well, the ground is clearing now.
At any rate, Michael, we finish now, except we go to Adelaide for the championship. But thanks very much for a wonderful season working together with Channel 7 doing the commentary. I think it's been reasonably successful, and I certainly hope that our interstate viewers have enjoyed the direct telecast. We've enjoyed doing it, and we certainly hope that they're with us next year and enjoy it just as much. Maybe if they say a few words around the town, we may pick up a few more viewers.
Lou, it's been my pleasure to work with you, and I mean that most sincerely. You're a great champion, Lou Richards, former captain of Collingwood, one of the all-time greats of football for the benefit of interstate viewers, and his great knowledge of the sport, his ability to call the game extremely well, brilliantly, makes my job a lot easier.
Thanks
Lou,
very much,
good,
Mike.
and I mean that. Well, our director, Alf Potter, and our cameraman, our technical guys, we've got to give them tribute right now. They've done a fantastic job all day, all year, and it's always a pleasure to work with Alf. I often say, you press the buttons, I'll do the brain work, but that's
right.
only a gag, because he's the brains behind the whole lot.
And
So
our
for interstate
cameraman,
viewers, we give you the final scoreboard once again. Richmond 18-20, 128, taking out the 74 flag, defeating North Melbourne 13-9. 87. And now, on behalf of Lou Richards, Alf Potter, this is Michael Williamson now returning you to the studios of Channel 7.
Australian Football Video proudly presents vintage football from the 7 Sport Classics collection. 7's magic moments and the sensational 70s. Football action to get your blood boiling. In 7's magic moments, thrill to 30 minutes of unrivaled football history. From the brilliance of Baldock to the antics of Jacko. The unforgettable marks, the freakish goals and the characters that make this our greatest game. They all get a Guernsey in this marvellous tape. And the sensational 70s. 105 minutes of highlights from one of Aussie rule's finest decades. A decade that opened and closed with mighty grand final clashes between two giants, Carlton and Collingwood. Saw back-to-back flags for Richmond in 73 and 74. The drawn 77 grand final and the emotion-charged replay. And the emergence of the Roos as a VFL power. Don't miss 7's magic moments and the sensational 70s. 2 more magnificent collector's items from the Australian Football Video range. Add them to your video collection now.